What you see is what you get.
WFNG.
Fly Nerds. You see it and say it. Yeah, you see black excellence and intelligence we now combine. Fly Nerds on the verge of connecting the minds. North, south, east, west over digital lines. Catalogs of the culture inside. Seen it with our own eyes. We done been through the trends and phases. The names and the legacy, the changing faces. We can't talk shop, only dealing the truth. You tuning in to the Fly Nerd group, so let the peoples in. Yeah.
WFNG.
FNG.
Fly Nerd Radio.
Yeah, so let the people in.
WFNG. Fly Nerd Radio.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Fly Nerd Group introduces you to the hottest, coolest, wildest nerd show of all time, the Fly Nerd Group. Yes. I am the one and only Chauncimus Prime.
It is Sean Moon, Silver Surfing the Galaxy.
Yes, sir. I am Heel-Face Galactus, the final boss.
Final boss. Hush your mouth, boy.
Hush your mouth, boy. What?
And of course, returning your boy, Corey, the Green, Corey Green. You're from the neighborhood, Corey Green. Yeah.
First time in a long time. First time in a long time, crew back together.
Started with the cup.
I was in the barbershop talk.
Yo, we're going to have a good episode today, man. Yeah, what up with the cups, man?
Full crew is back, baby.
Yeah, we all here. It's the Fly Nerd Group, so if you haven't tuned in before, tuning in today, we discuss hip-hop, comic book, culture, everything in between, movies and all that entertainment and good stuff, and politics and everything else, We talk about shit. We the Fly Nerd Group. So, yeah, we're going to get into it. How you guys doing?
Cool, man.
All right,
Happy Cinco de Mayo to those who celebrate.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, happy Cinco de Mayo, and May the 4th be with you all who celebrated yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Everything
yes,
Sean said.
May the 4th, that's the Star Wars celebration. Always that wordplay in the window that I like. So, a lot of toy photographers posted a lot of Star Wars flicks.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I mean? So I saw a lot of those go
Oh, really? Hook me up. Let me see some
Okay.
Star Wars stuff.
And also, AMC played Star Wars marathon.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
They did?
24-hour marathon.
24 hour. I watched Empire.
Oh, okay.
I tuned back in for the end of Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
And then I watched all of Revenge of the Sith.
Nice.
Because High Ground, I had to watch it. I got the high ground.
You ultimate my power.
But he underestimated physics and strategy.
Oh,
Now, was that this online?
Dark Force didn't warn you about that one.
This online movie theater.
They had a marathon in the movie theater, and they were showing them on AMC Plus all day.
Okay.
So it was everywhere.
You were the chosen one.
So, man, May the 4th, pretty much bled into Comic Book Day as well.
Free Comic Book Day.
sir.
It's stores nationwide.
Yeah.
Good nerdy weekend.
Record Store Day was a few weeks, I will say like a week ago as well.
Yeah, it was about a week. Yeah, it was a week ago. Yeah.
Same front. But Comic Book Store Day, a lot of stores put out the stops, man. They wasn't playing,
Yeah, a lot of good sales popping off.
Yeah.
So I heard lots of good things. So I got my stash coming to me.
Nice.
Cool.
I heard First Aid had a DeLorean outside.
Yeah, I was there with them at the Little Italy store around my place.
Okay.
They had DeLorean outside. I took photos of it.
Nice.
Pretty cool. And they had a 20% off sale at their store. I don't know if they had food or not. I think they had food. They were getting it when I was leaving. Some people have food. Like one spot I went to some years ago had free hot dogs and stuff like that. But yeah, it was a pretty good time.
Yeah, it tends to be a pretty big event for stores because it gets you. It brings in customers who probably wouldn't have come in otherwise, and so that's when you put out your sales. You do what you can because never know, you might grab some long-term clients that day.
Right. Yeah, Sean, you already know.
Yeah.
Ew,
y'all.
Any issues that stood out that you guys?
I'm excited to read the X-Men Blood Hunt one shot. Like I said, I got my stack on the way because I've already read Blood Hunt #1, which is the big Vampire Blade event.
Okay.
That's coming crisscrossing all through the Marvel universe.
He going buck. He going roll.
Yeah. Apparently so. I won't spoil too much, but I got questions for Blade. I got questions. I gotta figure it out because I didn't see it coming. There was no setup for this.
It just happened.
There were rumblings in the new Moon Knight book. There were rumblings over in like some of the Blade related material that something was going down.
Right.
But it was all kept pretty close to the vest. And then, but that's the thing about attacks, right? You're not supposed to see it coming.
Right.
That's true.
You never can see it.
You're not supposed to see it
Especially with the
coming.
vampires.
Yeah. So I mean, there were some hints in the current Moon Knight book, but so I'm anxious to see how this X-Men book ties in because the X-Men are just coming off their own huge shit.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm interested. Yeah.
X-Men never catch a break though.
They don't.
Yeah.
Nobody catching a break in this. It's like, damn, you went from organizations to vampires. So yeah, let's see what's good.
Yeah, and the X-Men have a long history with vampires, dating back to when Dracula tried to turn Storm,
Right.
and then the whole when the vampires had their own island and Jubilee got turned.
Jubilee was a vampire for a second.
Yeah, Jubilee was a vampire for a second, and because when Dracula made one of his comebacks, he came back big, established a vampire nation. Blade was overlooking that, so it's like now I feel like I need to go read all of the current Blade stuff so I can see where there had to be some seeds planted.
Yeah.
Because what I read in Blood Hunt #1, when I got to the end of that book, I was like, you gotta be shitting me. I was like truly like everything else was typical pacing for me. I mean, it was a good story about like, okay, villains attack, city in darkness. All right. Oh, Avengers in trouble. This is how you set it up. You take the big players off the stage first. And then it got to the end with another major player and Blade, and then Blade does something, and I'm just like, I went back a page, like, I read the dialogue at the bottom, like, like this is all talk of someone who's about to do something bad.
No need.
Yeah, it was one of those things. It was like once you see the betrayal and you go back and reread the pages before, like, oh, he was pretty much sizing you up for this.
Damn, that's tough.
It was bad work. So yeah, I got questions. I'm not gonna spoil it for the viewers, but because it just came out last week, so
Right.
I don't want to spoil it. But if you are interested in the good Marvel event, you like vampires, Blood Hunt may be the thing for you.
I'm definitely going to check that out. So,
Yeah, it starts out bloody.
My bad.
No, go
Sorry.
No,
Me and Chauncey, we had a little outing at the Blerd Underground.
Shout out to Blerds Underground.
Yes, sir. Pretty dope going there in LaGrange, right? That's
LaGrange Park.
Yeah. We took a trip out there to check them out, and it was pretty dope.
Yeah.
Nice little spot. Got the books in there, got some classics in there, got some good modern stuff. They had I should have copped that Follow X. They had a little
Get a trade.
but yeah.
I need to get that.
But they had some books in there. They had a few figures in there as well. They had the other section open where artists was
The writers and artists, local writers and artists. Get to show their stuff off.
Yeah. So it was pretty dope. And Harley outside, Batman out there.
Right. They ain't getting no fisticuffs. They kept it peaceful, surprisingly.
Yeah,
Because they knew it was family friendly. They was like, they ain't want no bloodshed happen.
I was like, she just killed this dude.
And I had to talk to Harley person and be like, you okay with me, right?
She's like, yeah, he's all right. He's fine.
I got Mr. J on the line.
Right.
I'm not speed down.
But no, it was a blast though, man. Shout out to Kevin Miller, shout out to Mike Davis, Marcel, the whole crew. And it's kind of like a first of things to come between us because they've always wanted to rock with us. We always wanted to rock with them. So it's going to be some beautiful things happening in the near future.
Yeah, collaborations is always nice to do. And I'm down for it. Blerd Underground's pretty dope. Y'all in the LaGrange Park area, give them a check out, man. And check out all the local.
Go to all the local joints.
Absolutely.
From First Aid to even Graham, even though I know how people feel about them sometimes, but I get it. I know about reps. I know.
What's the feeling?
Well, people view Graham Crackers as kind of like the McDonald's of local comics.
Oh wow.
Because they got seven locations.
Okay.
And so sometimes their sheer volume is hard to compete against. You know, if you're trying to compete against them, I always say let them be them, and you find your niche.
Your own thing.
Cool. So yeah, that's dope for Comic Book Day.
Yes, sir.
We conquered that.
And it's coming off the heels of C2E2.
And coming off the heels of C2E2. We all had our little adventures up in there. So how y'all doing, man? What was good? We Fly Nerd Group conveyed the C2E2 2024 this year. It's pretty dope. Yeah,
so, mine started off odd because I went with my son. He ordered the Uber, and so I left my phone sitting on the charger because I wasn't in charge of the Uber. That was a new experience for me right there.
How was that? Because now you like locked in with, you know, not only the company you keep, but you can't even break off because there's no communication.
Right? Because it's like it felt real old school. Like you gotta stick with the group.
Right.
You know, it's one of those things. Because like my son was the Uber home at that junction. Because our whole arrangement was you get the Uber there, I get the Uber home, whatever. So I'm but my phone was charging. Uber pulled up. He's like, "Hey, Dad, it's outside." We leave. We link up with his friends at the front of the thing. I got everything but my phone.
Oh no!
So I'm like, I'm looking at this group of 23-year-olds like, whew, all right, guess I'm y'all buddy today.
Right.
Because I can't go nowhere.
Experience last year.
That's a disaster to run out the house to a festival or a convention without the phone.
Like I'm just in there, like can't communicate with nobody, missing out on messages. I came home like my messages was blown up.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was like people's like, where you at? You here? Did you still go to C2E2?
Right.
You at home? Can I swing by? Like no.
Right.
Can't answer none of these questions.
Well, I can tell you a personal experience. Like the reception was not that great there. No way.
I mean, it never is. It never is. It never.
You kind of found like spots throughout there.
Yeah, you get your moments, but. Yeah. I was hanging with the generation that came up on what I will say is the third to fourth wave of manga, like the second generation, the third generation Pokemon kids, the ones that grew up having internet in their life their entire lives,
right?
You know, and I've raised two of those millennials who had internet, so it's a different what they're nerding. While sometimes it can cross into some of the stuff that we like, and it does. Like you know, one of his friends was a hardcore Batman fan, like and like a realistic Batman fan at that. But for the most part, I was with the anime kids.
Oh wow!
I was with the anime and manga kids, and every booth they went to had something to do with either manga, anime, or gaming.
Yeah.
You know, there was some obviously there in the gaming, but it was just. I drugged them over to a couple of booths of interest for me, and it was interesting seeing them look at me, like kind of like, like I've never heard of this book. Like I'm like picking up Avengers West Coast. They're like, there was an Avengers on the West Coast. Like they had to make a book for that. Like once upon a time, they made a book for everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was like, they gave you an Avengers team on the West Coast. They had one over on the East. There's been this and that, and so I started teaching them, and then telling them things, but they were also teaching me. Like I learned why Spy Family is so big, and as a genre, and how well written it is, and how appealing it. I was like, okay, this isn't just some throwaway thing. This
Right.
I saw the first step of that.
Yeah, it was it was interesting, and also just like the thing, like they went hard with the anime voice actors that they could find.
Oh, okay.
You know, they definitely went to those small booths that look like everything is imported. Like everything in the booth is Japanese. Without one of those booths, and like the one with the Gundam guys. Yeah. There was the Gundam guy that was close to Artist Alley.
Yeah.
With the stupid big long table, and he had lines out damn near the door.
Out the shelf. Man. Yeah, he was popping them off. I was really considering getting one too because he had some really decent prices too.
And that's a whole thing. That's a whole culture within itself. The what they call it, the gunpla. Assembling them and doing photography. That's a big deal too.
Painting and the whole.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the painting the models and photography, that's a whole thing. But it was interesting just seeing how much of a mashup they are and their views on the Marvel movies, as in the Marvel movies aren't grabbing these kids because they are not comic heads.
Right.
And so while they enjoy them on a very casual level.
Yeah.
They're for them it's stereotypical action movie to them. They don't care about the story, they don't care about the connected universe. They're just like, is it good enough that I spend my $10 on?
Right.
That's all they care about.
That's interesting.
And see, that's the beauty of it. Why I like to hear stuff like this. Is like, even though you kind of got like separate generations to a degree, you can always still learn something from each other when you have experiences like this. You know, sadly, even though I ain't get a chance to go, damn you, my job. But, you know, I just love hearing stories like that where we can actually, generations can just truly learn from each other instead of just, you know, finger pointing with like, you into this, so you suck, or you into X, so you suck. That type of shit.
Yeah, and now I did find them to be more open-minded fan-wise.
And that's cool.
I found them to be more open-minded than some people that from in our range when it comes to like learning and accepting new information. Like when they were looking through comics and they asked me some questions like, so was it about this one, or like how's this number? Like I got to explain the numbering system to them.
Okay.
I got to explain to them why there is a Batman Volume 1 New 52 in the but that's not Batman Volume 1 from the 80 from original.
Right.
Like we got into all of that. I got into explaining timelines to them. And see, that's one thing that manga doesn't really F with too often is alternate timelines. Like it can be part of the story, but it's never like we're gonna blow up our whole world and make it new.
Right.
They don't. So that concept is foreign to them, and actually they find it unappealing. Like because manga stay straight through, good or bad.
Okay.
Beginning, middle, end.
Beginning, middle, end, good or bad. Like whether you loved it or hated it,
you going to dedicate and commit.
They commit.
Right.
They commit. Whereas with more traditional American comics, if the formula's not working, they tend to blow it up and go and
hit a reset
button. Manga isn't so much big on a reset. It's like, we told you our story. Now, if it's successful, we'll tell you more of our story. If it's not successful, we don't tell you more of our story. And it's over.
Or do something crazy and like fast forward 20 years and continue off in that story.
Sometimes they do. Yeah, sometimes they do that as well. But they hardly ever blow up or unwrite their histories.
All right, so back to the C2E2. I went and I didn't go Friday. Maxie, shout out to K-Max, CTA Radio. He went Friday, and it was more panels on that day. So he got to go through a few panels and chop it up with a couple folks. But I went Saturday, so you know my goal. I went toy hunting. Fuck it. I went on the hunt. That was my first.
The toy hunter.
The hunter. Yeah, I went on the hunt. So went to a few booths, man, and it was some interesting finds. Some interesting pricing.
I'm sure.
Yeah, man. You know, it's kind of, I always even talk to you about my methods, right? It's like, yo, I don't get it twisted. I don't pay for everything top dollar here.
Right,
You know what I mean? I get this deal, get this hookup. I know this guy who's selling it. I have an online Instagram friends that auction toys. You know what I mean? It's like,
there's a large network for it.
It's a huge network.
Yeah, vast, actually.
And it's not about spending your bottom dollar or top dollar all the time either, for good shit. So, let's say, for example, X-Men 97 Wolverine. So, the retail price for that. Like
the $24.99?
Yeah. $30. Tax.
If you can find it.
If you can find it in regular retail standards, right? So I'm going around. Yeah, I'm going to some booths. I'm like, all right. It was one booth that was selling them for $22. And I was like, bet. But Friday, he sold out Friday. So if I went Friday, I probably would have found him for the reasonable price. You know what I mean? Because the only thing he had left was like Executioner. I was like, I'm straight. So anyway, I went to the other booth, had Wolverine and this dude was selling that shit for $75.
What?
Oh, yeah, I've counted that before. Yeah.
I mean, I already know what you're talking about, but yeah, go ahead.
No, but it was more than one. It was more than one. It was more than one. It wasn't just that.
Yeah, I believe it though.
But
he's a tone setter sometimes.
Really?
Yeah.
So whatever is hot in the street, so what is that? Because I look at it like the eBay hype.
Well, what it is Wolverine was not the largest fig in. Well, he's large in terms of like popularity, but in terms of actual production, he was the mid level. So therefore, he was not as available as the others.
Okay.
So when you order your case, sometimes like they'll tell you which one is the short pack. Like as a retailer, you know in advance which one is short pack. They'll say you order one case, you'll get 3 of this one, 2 of this one, 1 of that one, 1 of that one.
Okay.
And so Wolverine was like probably one of the ones that was like a 2 to 3 figures per case.
Okay.
And so once you have sold it and you're out, you're left with just the regular. So they up the price because they know that this one Wolverine, high demand, will also take care of the whole case.
So they didn't pull a Cosmos.
So it'll take care of the whole case.
To
compensate for the popularity, the lacking of popularity of the other ones. So then, therefore, when you're sitting there stuck with a bunch of blobs or whatever the executioner, when you sitting there stuck with, you got 10 executioners and you only had 5 Wolverines, so your Wolverines pay for your executioners because it's paying for the case. That's just the math. It's paying for your case and it's paying for your staff, your taxes, all that stuff. But it's paying for the case. Like I've done that before. Like short pack figures were always $15 to $20 higher.
Okay.
Like if I got one single one, I'm slapping 70 on it off top.
That's the Cosmos.
Yeah. I'm slapping 70 on it off the top because I only got one in this case. Let's say I ordered 2 cases. That means I got 2.
Right.
And I know everybody hunting for this.
Yeah.
And let's say those 2 cases together cost me a combined $400. So let's say I sell each one at 70. That's 170. Now I only got to make another 130 to even break even.
Yikes.
And people will buy that's people will buy full sets anyway. Right. So some of them will get accounted for, but 2 months from now, I will still end up probably staring down 4 or 5 executions. And at that point, it's dead stock. So you need your short pack to pay for your overall case. Then therefore, anything else you make is your profit, your real profit. Because you're trying to break even because the margins on these things is low.
Okay. Right.
So with the Cosmos,
so that's the game.
It was one Cosmos at Walmart. It was one Cosmos per pack in for whatever figure line they were selling. And Cosmos was selling online for like triple or quadruple the price. It was hard to get.
Short packs.
Should always be hard to get.
Yeah, that's how it works with short packs.
He's pretty rare, you know. So I get it, but for me, it's just hilarious because I'm not paying $70. Yeah. So I go to these guys and like, that's great, but I'm not paying you that shit. Nah, and even like the 2-packs, usually $60, $100, they selling off $150. I'm like, these Hasbro, bro. So I'm going on my journey. And I go to this booth for this guy. He was selling a lot of Mayfex. Mayfex, do like the Psylocke over there. That's a Mayfex brand. That's a Mayfex. So they had the Mayfex Joker. I asked him. He said $125. I was like, yeah. But they had a little Mezco box of Bishop. Bishop Mezco. I was like, how much is that? Dude popped it off for $40. I was like, why not? Yes, it's right in my range. It's a Mezco. It's like the film is all cloth. You get the cloth cape, you get heads, you get Mezco is very detailed. You can grab.
You got like time. This is time lost Bishop. This is when he was hunting down Cable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is when they tried to they made him a villain. He was definitely the villain of that Cable series. When he was chasing down
adversaries, right?
Well, it's because he was trying to kill Hope Summers.
Right.
Right. And Cable, it was from Messiah Complex because in his future, Hope is the catalyst. Whatever she does, he doesn't even really explain it well. They never really explain it well. Whatever Hope does ends up aiding Apocalypse in some way. Like she does something that tips the scales. And so his thing is she got to die. Like she got to go. And Cable is like, well, no, because I don't have the same future, because they come from two divergent futures. He's like, I don't have that in my future. In my future, she was a symbol of hope. So I'm going to protect her. And they went through a cross-time chase battle.
He was chasing him through time.
Chasing him through time. And Cable tried to, I mean, I'm surprised the Bishop don't have feelings still. Because Cable trapped him on a planet with carnivorous bugs.
Oh, wow.
Bed bugs. Gosh, shit.
No, like times 20.
So
I feel some sort of way about that.
Yeah, bro. So I hooked up with the deal, and then I actually went to another booth and saw this mess called Destro over here.
Oh, that Destro's sweet too.
Yeah,
Yes.
for around the same price.
It comes with a briefcase.
Yeah, it come with a briefcase. It actually come with a bomb set that glows and stuff, and then you come with a gun set. Like you could take the gun apart and put it all in the case and shit. It's like really, really dope. Can't wait to do some shots with both of these figures.
I've always wondered about G.I. Joe that Destro was an arms dealer. How you do an arms dealer with someone so popular? Like how you get away with it?
What about Cobra Commander?
No, Destro was an arms dealer. Like 100%. Like you wear that mask to the meetup.
It's the black market.
You wear that mask to the meetup.
I mean, you know, I'm doing a deal with the Joker or Two-Face or some shit. It's the same premise.
No, you don't do deals with the Joker.
Well, I mean,
Two-Face maybe.
But he called out Cobra Commander for putting the laser, getting the scheme to pretty much put the face on the moon, and he's like, Cobra Commander, this is a stupid ass idea. What are you doing? Wait, why would you stores to make a laser put your face on the moon? Son, what are you doing?
That's the second thing I do with a laser that powerful.
That's about it. Those are the two. So after I got those two, I ran to your guy at the booth. And you know, he had the same pricing, and I was like, oh my goodness, nah. He was trying to talk me into something. I'm just like, dude, no, I can't do this because
it was the X-Men 97 at that.
But it was the X-Men 90. It was the Wolverine X-Men 97 Wolverine for 75 tops, and I was like, nah, I can't do it. I can't do it. And he was like, so what you got already? I got two max codes for a third of what you asking for. Right. I got these for a third of their retail price. And you're asking me for a Hasbro Marvel Legend.
Like, bro, I could find
a third higher. I was like, I can't do it. And he was like, you the third person that came up here and said that shit. I was like, well...
Yeah.
Tell you
I guess he's a smart collector as me. Right. He told me, when he pulled me to the side, he was like, look, dude, we got to pay for this booth. We got to pay for this labor. We got to pay for all these workers here. We got to pay for all this other stuff and cover these prices, expenses, including food and, you know, shelter.
I know.
So he was like, dude, that's why. You know what I mean? And I was like, you know, it's cool.
Yeah.
I understand. Now, we dapped up. I was like, I'm still ain't getting that Wolverine.
Yeah, I mean, it's one, like, I understand it from both sides. I understand it from the setting up the booth side and from the consumer side. So I hardly ever, like, scoff at anyone's price myself. I was just like, hey, that's what they're asking for. I'm going to move to where I can find it in my zone or not. I mean, because I'm never going to knock no one for doing it because I get all of that. Because the booth space itself is over a stack.
Oh, yeah.
Right there. Right. And so you got to look at it like, I got to first, to break even on the booth itself, I got to make a stack. To break even on any product, any extra product I got to stack that on top of I got to put that on top of the stack. So now I'm at like 1,500. Then I got staff here. And for me, I had staff back at the store. So that's adding on to layer after layer after layer. Then there is the lunches for people who came out here. There is the sometimes when you're on the road, you stay at a hotel room, you got to put your staff up with you too.
Right.
You know, the people. So I understand it. I'm not saying that it's, you know, it just is what it is. It's a grind.
It's a business.
It's a business and grind.
Like you said, it's the hustle and all that. So, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, I worked with vendors before conventions, so I know what it is to get it out. You don't want to go home and nothing. You know what I mean? You want to go home.
Nah, I bet you on Sunday he would have sold it to you for 50.
I bet he would. Yeah,
I bet you on Sunday he was sold it to you for 50.
My kind of thing, searching for that stuff. I kind of
see. Yeah, how you feel about like
the consumer part of it?
Yeah.
At least for me, when I hunt this stuff down, I hunt for certain figures, certain stuff. Now, I guess I gauge what can I already get outside the stores online versus what I see at a show. If I get something that's hard to get from me and a little bit cheaper to get from said vendor right in front of me than order something online plus shipping. So I'm like, if I see a Wolverine at the show for $55, but online either sold out, or if I do get online space, they charging $60 or whatnot, if I get cheaper, get it from him, or just have it in my hand right now. But that's just me. But I've gone through that with Transformer figures with Cyclonus. A friend of mine wanted a Cyclonus, and I was like, dog, you kind of get him in the store like the same day, a mile away, less cheaper. Because dude was charged his regular price plus tax. And I think, he was charging a fee for using your card too. I'm kind of like, bro.
All of that, and you know, if you are vendors, they do the surcharges for swiping your card.
Oh yeah, that's
tax out.
Yeah, that's 50 cents per transaction.
Yeah. You know, that comes with the territory. So, but it's about your hustle and how you shop and how you find your stuff too. So it was a cool little venture for me doing that. Furthermore, just moving along, there was a lot of artists out. There was a lot of Microphone Misfits had a booth, you know what I mean? Shout out to B-Backs, I saw them. It was a lot of artists out. I ran to Ryan Otley, the illustrator, but the illustrator of Invincible. And chopped it up with him. I also chopped it up with the voice cast of X-Men, which was very interesting. Everyone wasn't there, but like Wolverine was there, Jubilee was there, Rogue.
I believe both Jubilees were there, weren't they?
Yeah, both Jubilees were there. Yeah.
Did they offer you a chili dog?
Huh?
They offer you a chili dog?
No, she didn't offer me no dogs. But I would have took a signature and a good conversation, and actually we did. I talked to the previous Jubilee, I forgot her name, but she was the older lady in the episode 3.
In the Motindo.
Yeah. So I think that's episode 4. But anyway, she was cool. I talked to voice actress of Jean Grey. She was very cool. Didn't get a chance with Rogue, but she was there. And it was pretty dope to chop it up with them because they didn't expect this show
to come to come back. They thought they were done.
And to blow up. And actually what actually got them as well, it was the script. And this is how it's so important when when you captivate somebody to come back, like, all right, I read the script. Oh shit! All right, well I'm good. Let's go. Right. That's good. You know what I mean? They knew, but they didn't know. But they just checked the quality of the script and how well it was wrote. They just went along with it.
Yeah, I read an interview with the voice actor, the Cyclops, and he said it was definitely. He said had it been the same vibe as before, he wouldn't have done it. He was like, he said if I'm coming back to this, it has to be better than it was before.
Right.
And it turns out, and I was the same way. Like I entered this with a lot of skepticism.
I did too, man.
I entered this with a lot because I wasn't the biggest fan of the first show.
Yeah, same.
So I was kind of like, so y'all about to give me more of what I did.
Crap?
Right.
I want this crap.
Like y'all, like I didn't like it the first time, so y'all about to give me more of it. Like who asked for this? And so I was slow to it. I was watching it I watched episode 1 and 2, then I took a step back and I was like, that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And then I took a little time off. Then y'all kept raving about it a little bit. I was like, okay, I need to watch this in a vacuum. So I waited. Then I watched episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Right.
And then I was like, now you got me.
Okay.
Now you got me. I respected the nods. Once again, I think I know the material a little too well. So that's when they started doing life death. In my head, I was like, this is not where life death would take place. But okay. All right. I had to push my glasses.
So you're
I had to put my glasses up like,
you're expert.
236
yeah. Pretty much.
The scale.
So, Sean, did you tighten the tape in your glasses or you pushed them up?
Yeah, I pushed them up because I'm like, well, the executioner didn't storm the arrows of power.
Well,
This is not how this went. Yeah, all of that. Yep.
G. Willikers.
Yep. I deny none of it.
But nah, that's cool.
But it won me over.
They was cool because all of this makes sense, man. When you just the creation of art, you know what I mean. You make the collabs work just by the gift of the art itself, you know. So that's pretty ill. Ryan Ollie, he was cool. We might go have a chance to chop it up with him in the future. He's a really down to earth guy.
Nice.
Who else I talked to? Oh yeah, Maxie. He chopped it up with the voice cast of Rick and Morty. Catherine. No, what's Summer name? Summers.
I forgot her voice.
That's Kelsey Grammer's
daughter. Yeah.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. So we chopped it up with her. She's very nice, and the rest of the cast is cool too. You know what I mean? But it's one thing I do have a gripe with C2E2. You know, if we are media and we acquire press and everything, you gotta calm down your guard dogs. You gotta calm down those guys that's just like, you know, if we media, then let it be media. You know what I mean? We want to chop it up with this artist or with this celebrity, whatever the case may be. Let it be. They always have that thing where, you know, the guests come, if you want to take pictures, you pay a certain price, you want to photograph a certain price, and all of this is there forth. Where do the media stand in regard to that? You know what I mean? Like, because they are time locked, so locked, they don't really have time to really sit down and do a thorough interview or anything like that because they always on the clock. So when do that gap time of media should be accessible?
See, I think they need to. I think they need to set up a separate media night.
Yeah,
that you can attend as press, and they give you limited time to speak with people, or they treat it like the press corps. We sit in this group of people on the stage, all of the press out here.
Okay.
They're gonna take questions from a moderator, and then you can use this information however you want to, however you need. Because I agree, there should be some. We can't go behind the tables during the main thrust of the event because that's just interrupting.
Right.
Well,
then you're annoying.
On the Thursday night, preview night, like the other shows.
Well,
I'm real shocked they have never done that.
They should definitely do it. Like not even just a pre-show.
Certain things like wrestlers. Like the first time I went, I met Rey Mysterio and a slew of Latino wrestlers and stuff. But they had the time to do that. They wasn't talking in front of you know what I mean? So it was a press night for them and a couple other people too. But you know, when it comes to other scales or other like celebrities, their time lock is just so tight. And those gatekeepers are like, you ain't paying, you can't talk, get out of here. Next guy come up and tell you, you know, it's like, oh shit, man.
Well, because that's the money time though.
That's money time.
That's money time though. And you can't. So I get that they should establish a media night. But I know with a lot of people it is pay for their time.
Yeah. Right.
And so it's like, so if C2E2 isn't going to provide a media night that pays these guys, they don't have an incentive to do it. Right. So if they just say, hey, press, you can come here and whoever we can get, then we're still not satisfied. So I think the way around that is pretty much as we expand our own network, we don't worry about interviewing them at C2E2 because we have to set up our own outside of that. Because I agree with you. They should allow more press, but it should also be a designated night, a designated time. And I understand that they probably can't afford to pay these people to come do that even for a limited amount of time.
Okay,
I get that.
That's fair.
I get that, and so I think we just have to establish as media away from these conventions these people that we want to talk to. Got it. Fine. Okay. If you run across a handler, you got a card.
Yeah.
Like I get it. I can't talk to them right now. Who do I need to contact to talk to them?
To you? Yeah.
You know, and because
the networking was there. I mean, after the option, you know what I mean, is narrowed down, and then you get to the contacts and all that. Who's your people? I call your people. It is what it is. Just not like lost dogs out here, but it's just a little gripe that I have. It's like what you said. There should be at least a lot of time for press and media to get involved in some of this, and then you get some more better content out of the whole ordeal. You know what I mean? So, but it was cool. The connections that I did make and the networks I did discover and revitalize was pretty dope. And I will definitely be looking forward. It felt like C2E2 again. You know what I mean?
Which is good.
Like, I went the previous years, it was COVID-y. You know what I mean? It was real COVID-y. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
this the past couple years have been more of a comeback.
Yeah.
As people feel safe and they start doing more steam, more active, and so I get it. I get what you're saying exactly.
Yeah. So this was full C2E2. I had fun overall. You know what I mean? The hunting, the conversations, the meetups, seeing the guys. I saw Corey out there with the fam. You know what I mean? Kicked it with Maxie. Didn't catch you, but it was good. I know you was there in spirit, innocence.
I was standing out there with like phone.
I was more like reception.
I shot a whole commercial, crying in the rain, like about my phone.
So what about you, Corey? How did you feel about C2E2?
Well, I was there all 3 days. Okay. The first day I was there on Friday. I echo your sentiment. I didn't even think about it when it happened. This is probably the first regular C2E2 again. That was like normal.
Okay.
And I went there, hung out. I was more really floating mostly this year. Okay. It was a lot of people. Artist Alley was packed on Saturday. I could barely get to
Saturday. Was sold out.
Saturday, you could barely move. It was claustrophobic.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh damn.
It was Yeah, I'm glad you got to talk to some people. Like I got to have like a couple like, hi, how you doing? But for the most part, I was like, see you.
Right.
I was hunting Saturday, so I was just moving and grooving. I had to memorize the toy section because I was like, all right, I got to come back to this and memorize this. And then from there, the artist alley is right next to it. So it was like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. I was just moving around Saturday. And then, Sunday is a calmer day. So
yeah.
Like,
see, I wish I had came back on
That was the day to chop it up to folks. You know what I mean? Get your business done that way.
I had the
but I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had the game area. No problem. I had the game area Friday.
How was the game area?
Shout out to IPG. I thought it was pretty cool. They had more, I guess, people there. So they had DePaul was there. They had everything kind of more separated. So they had like the esports for Rocket League for high schoolers. I thought that was dope.
Okay.
They have the DePaul stuff. They have like DePaul, I guess esports.
DePaul had the esports team.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They do.
They have the IPG area.
Actually, yeah, I seen them at work. They got their location in Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're in that basement.
In the basement, yeah.
The whole gaming section. I was like, whoa.
Oh yeah, they got that there. And yes, Sean, the Ghost of Gal came out on Friday.
Middle management Batman requires cups.
You're moving to the basement. Moving straight there.
I entered the Street Fighter 6 tournament and I took 5th place. I fought against the JP wall and I'm learning the JP matchup. So
Is he an opponent that you faced before or ever seen in the network?
That character has caused me some problems, but now I'm figuring out the matchup now.
Who is
on JP.
Oh, you use JP?
Yeah.
I like when people use the final ball. Well,
wait, did you not fight with Guy?
No, yeah, I know. I use Guy.
You use Guy, but they use
3
JP.
JPs in the tournament.
And
I lost to 2 of them. Actually, the second one, I almost came back and won. But now I'm starting to learn the matchup a little better now, so I put another friend JP and I put the stank out of him. No shade to him, but still. But the JP wall has been a problem for me in tournament.
Your Achilles heel, as they call it.
Yeah. I see you. I give you your shout for that. But
we'll see you
still gonna yell at you.
Don't yell at me.
Me, Rob.
Get it out the system, come on.
Yeah.
Get it out the system.
Yeah.
Fucking cups,
man. Yeah.
Right, the cups. Get it all out. Get it all out the system.
Fuck this shit, man. Bring the fucking cups, man. All the cups.
All the cups.
Me,
all the cups.
Me, Robin, and Red Hood for extensive training.
And Saturday, Sunday, I saw only went to one panel this year, and I was switched for Lloyd panel.
Yeah.
And that was dope.
That was dope. I walked out. I don't like the host. The host, do they do that routine all the time? Like the hosting routine?
I have been the main stage stuff. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Think depending on who it is.
Man, they need to Fly Nerd Group up there.
I would have brought Christopher Lloyd in with respect. On
Yeah, I
his
would have brought him with so much respect and regard, and the crowd would have been geeked and just elated to see him.
I kind of believe they were stalling for time. I believe.
They were. So they was trying to fill in the blanks with some sing-alongs and stuff. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. So I don't know, because if you have DJs and MCs, you need flavor.
For sure.
You need a little flavor, man. And I'm not trying to discredit anybody and shit, but yeah, just need a little bit of flavor in that. And we feeling that. We feeling that department. So we'll have some conversations.
Yeah, he's not trying to offend. Your host was whack. I'll say it. I'll say the quiet part out loud.
I never had
I'll say the quiet part out loud.
Yo, that's Bill. You ain't got to say nothing. You guys that's the back of me, son. Nah, man. So, other than that, I don't have any other gripes with C2E2, but overall, it was pretty fun. Yeah, I was cutting in off of your experience anyway, so you go ahead.
Let's wrap up. It was a pretty good show. Like I said, it was a lot of people. Artist Alley, I only saw 2 people that I knew that was there. I could not get into some of the aisles. It was like back.
Yeah, some of the Artist Alley aisles was mad crowded. Like, you could not make your way down.
But Ryan Otley line was wrapped around.
Damn.
And then there was a couple other people that had a few wraparounds. My biggest regret, I missed the person who did Someone's Killing the Children.
Oh, you didn't get a chance to see him? I saw them at the table, but I didn't meet them.
I didn't see any celebs this year. That's not something I normally do. I didn't see any celebs this year.
I saw the Pink Ranger. Just walk like after I just walking around.
To me.
Like I didn't see, like I didn't like wasn't next to her, but I saw her go by.
I think my only, I guess, sticking point I have with C2E2. Maybe I'm getting picky because I've seen so much stuff. The panel this year just to me wasn't hidden for me.
Okay, get into it.
It's hard to say. I think it's just a me thing. I didn't see a lot of panels I was really interested in this year, except for Christopher Lloyd. Normally I have at least 3 to 4 panels a day. I didn't see much for me this year. I know C2E2 does not have many big like reveals and like
Yeah, we're not.
Issue. I think that's an issue too, though.
Actually,
I don't like that.
It isn't, because if it's not,
we have a little premiere or something.
It's not. We with the internet now and everything. They really show everything online now, and your biggest like show out is like San Diego now.
Right.
Yeah, San Diego and New York. And granted, while I would like that, once they start playing that pool, prices go up. Once they start playing in that whole like movie release pool, movie studio pool, prices go up, and then it starts to feel less like a comic book convention and more just like more like a movie going thing, which is something that kind of they tried and it seemed to ratchet it down, which I like better. I don't mind the random sci-fi TV people. That's always been a staple at any convention,
right?
Because I remember back when you can go to Wizard World and meet the cast of Babylon 5.
Yeah, right.
So it was always like that part was always there. But when you start trying to get the reveals, like when you start trying to get Marvel and DC to have like launches and bring artists out,
or game
or movie stuff, that starts to up the price because they have to prepare for that. Additional security, additional workers, so then the cost goes up. It means less floor space for vendors, for local vendors,
and exclusivity.
Yeah,
for all of that.
It's like a
different network of VIP. Like
I would almost want a different event than C2E2 to be the thing like that. Okay. Like if it's a second event that's more movie, upcoming TV show based, less B movie, less sci-fi TV based, more like anything that's coming, because that's what San Diego has become.
Right.
I mean, it always had that.
It's always had that, but San Diego is even bigger now, because sometimes there's movies that movie companies and things that get promoted at San Diego, they got nothing to do with comic book culture.
Right.
It's like, that's a romantic comedy.
But it gets the eyeball.
But it gets the eyeball because they got a booth set up there. They handing out like hats and shit, and they got the eyes on. I would love to have something like that in Chicago, but I want C2E2 right now to stay high.
Now, I think it may be a Corey right for me, because like, I think it's just the nature of the beast, nature of the business now. Like when something being used and announced, it's announced online anyway. You don't have to wait till an event pop up and they just announce it. Very few of them they do. Maybe like what's the one Comic Con in LA? WonderCon. Sometimes they announce for WonderCon in New York now. That's kind of beyond San Diego. That's pretty much it.
This is the true.
All right, so that's cool, man. C2E2, your experience. Any last like what you trying to do next year? Do you have any goals for next year? In regards to like video games and tournaments for C2E2.
Take number one.
Damn shine. Although I've done the number one thing already. I won 2 Street Fighter 5.
So you just don't do it again. You don't. Jordan didn't stop at 1.
You're right.
Jordan didn't stop at 1.
He got 6. So yeah.
Exactly. So 6.
Can't stop.
6 number ones.
Can't
6
stop.
number ones, right?
6 number ones.
Yeah, so
I'm just asking you to make one last run. This is it. You can
Carlito's way, man.
You can retire. Right? This could be the big one before your retirement.
That's
More
it.
cups.
Yeah.
Just more cups.
This is when you come back like everyone's giving up on you. You down and out. This is the last chapter of the saga.
This is how you close and end the story.
No, I'm in the story of C2E2 now.
Well, not at C2. I'm just saying, like, if you getting several cups, though, like you make an epic run. You just make an epic
It's funny
run.
you mentioned this because this month I celebrate my first Street Fighter tournament was in 1994.
Oh yeah.
I went to the very first Midwest Challenge. That was the Super Just Games in 1994.
Run down your history then. So
25-year veteran, huh?
30-year veteran.
Right, so man, the story couldn't write itself any better. You come back for one last, you overcome addiction and heartbreak. You come back for one last run. One last run.
Yeah, victory, tragic story, man.
Yeah, so I went to the very first Street Fighter Midwest tournament ever in Super Just Games way back in 1994. I was still in high school, then my senior year of high school, and I went to that one. I've been competing ever since.
That's dope. That's dope.
See, you have like we can make a big epic biopic out of it with things that don't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can have you have like some long suffering girlfriend who's like, you washed up, Corey, you'll never be good again, and you just playing late at night.
Throw your trash.
Right, she throw your stuff out the window. See, we got a whole thing for you, man.
And you even got somewhere you got a Ric Flair type character talking trash to you, talking about, you will never beat me, pal. No way, no how. Woo!
I think even my stories, how I beat dudes who thought they were good, beats that. But yeah.
But now you have to make that epic cup one more run.
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 One more run. That's what we on for.
With the whole crew behind you. You got a whole city behind
The
you.
whole city behind
Sure.
you. You don't even know.
We gonna get you a Boost Mobile contract.
Do that still exist?
Yeah.
Gonna have you.
They just don't use that slogan anymore.
Gonna have you in commercials competing with John Cena.
They had some really dope commercials. But,
John Cena comes bust out a wall out of nowhere to challenge me to a game of Street Fighter 6.
Hey, you never may know.
I mean, as long as he paid for the wall.
He got the money. You can pay for it.
Right.
Otherwise, me and Cena gonna have a problem depending on if it's my wall.
right.
Right.
Speaking of walls.
Well, people ran into a big wall called Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, very huge wall. The Boogieman. Y'all ever believe the Boogieman? Y'all ever heard of him?
I believe him now.
Motherfucker came through last week and did a rum pump.
Is he making like a song per day now?
I mean, but Drake has not been found wanting. Like Drake but Kendrick has just swung hard.
Kendrick swung hard, and like you were saying, these were jabs, right?
Yeah, these were jabs. Yeah.
But I think at the end of this,
No,
yeah,
we seeing the swing. Yeah. Nah, he swung.
Now, can I ask a dumb question?
Go ahead.
Maybe y'all probably know, even though maybe know more than I do. How did all this kick off?
I mean,
what's it called?
Who actually knows the complete history is Mr. Andy Warhol.
And
He knows the complete
And I was going to say,
I'll pick a clip notes.
y'all could tune in to WFNG Fly Nerd Radio every Monday on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and all the streaming platforms for podcasts. And we get into a more in-depth timetable.
Yeah, he break the whole timeline down.
The whole timeline down. So that's interesting. Here, I just wanted to truncate it a little bit because we talked a whole hour about
Yeah, we talked about them for like an hour.
So the current thing, the past
So
72 hours.
basically, it's like this. It's competition, right?
Okay.
There's a few things. This could be, label shit. You know what I mean? Okay. Universal Music. This could be jealousy of someone being number one for so long. You know what I mean? This could be a team up attack on that person. You know what I mean? It could just be friendly competition of who's the best and better rapper or MC or whatever these cases are. For me, I look at it like hip hop versus rap. And this Boogieman dude, he's crazy. They say that's Gemini shit. That's how
I take offense, sir.
You a Gemini? Yeah. Have you ever went wild and crazy before? Like do you have an enemy?
How many don't I have?
All right, that's good enough. Good enough answer. So yeah, man. It was kind of it was first little taps and response here, response there. Then it just got a little personal a little bit. You know what I mean? And a little bit.
I mean, like I said, we won't go into hyper detail. He got real personal.
I mean, he was talking to the kids. This nigga writing songs to the kids and shit. This motherfucker is calling them all type of pedophiles and traffickers and you know what I mean? He on his heel, man. It's a little bit bigger than that. And we don't know, it could be false information, not information, but I just look at it as rap. I don't really care what's true or not. It's just the sportsmanship was being said, how it's said. And the Boogieman striking, man. I ain't never seen no one drop this song 3 times a day on your ass. Like, yo.
New technology, new method. So, new technology. Because you don't have to wait anymore to do it. You can just do it. Just go.
Right. I can be recording this right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah.
Drop it.
Yeah, just drop the disc
in. Next hour. You know what I mean? And it's like, that's how it is. It's that quick. So if someone have a problem with you, I can address it that quick. And that's what he was doing in real time. He was like, I'm setting you up for this. And then I'm going to do this, and then he wait for the response and send it back to him in real time, like in a few hours. Like, this nigga's dropping songs every 12 hours. An engineer, poor engineer man. Oh my gosh, he getting paid extra. So it's a lot of funny things from here. It's a lot of cool things. He did this one song called "Not Like You, Not Like Us." And it's a West Coast pop. This is like the last song so far. I know may
leave here and Drake may have responded.
Yeah, Drake. Right. Because that's how it is. They're just dropping it like that. So the last one recently recorded here on Fly Nerd Group is Not Like Us, and that's the West Coast pop. And I'm telling you, like the West Coast,
play apparently.
Yeah, West Coast really eating this stuff. They eating this up anyway. And it's just crazy. It gets to like he's talking about Drake about how he moved through Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like the settlement of Atlanta and how he moved through Atlanta and worked with every individual. And then just went about his ways, you know what I mean? And called him a colonizer. A minor, like he just got lines that's just crazy, man. So the Boogieman don't like Drake, and maybe you shouldn't summon motherfuckers who call themselves the Boogieman because you might just get boogied. But some people say it's not the last hope. Drake can still respond. By the time this drop, it may be a response. You never know. So it is what it is. But the fans are divisive. It's just crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's I'm definitely interested in it. I a lot of the popular hip hop stuff I tend to not give a lot of
and that's fair.
Noise
a lot of people, don't tap into that. And I seen that opinion during this is like, a lot of hip hop cats, purists are in their ways and they don't consider this as a real battle.
Well, it's definitely a real battle. I hardly ever pay attention to like whatever the top guys are doing. But this made me pay attention, starting with the J. Cole thing and to this. It's made me pay attention to what they got going on.
Is J. Cole the smartest man alive in this situation?
Well,
he dodged a few bullets.
I think he
didn't want to get the Starscream special.
I think he was lucky enough to be able to toss a couple shots in, and then he was like, "Woof," just like a move over here. Let y'all fight it out. Let y'all fight it out.
You can't say you're the best, and then
you can't.
This dude shooting, and then this dude shooting. You just like, nah, I'm sorry. Hey man, whatever you throw at me is good. I'm out. And you homer in the bushes and shit. Like what the fuck?
Because he may be waiting for a chance to seize an opportunity.
Or better yet, J. Cole. Or better yet, J. Cole, like Buddy, like who was on a skateboard, chilling, drinking the ocean spray, listening to Stevie Nicks. That was J. Cole. And somebody made an actual meme of that too. I was like, wow, Kendrick and Drake are going at it. Here's J. Cole. And you got Stevie Nicks playing in the background, just drinking the ocean spray, chilling.
That's crazy. How you feel about it, Charles?
Man, it's always what I've said before about just having just that healthy competition. And, you know, like you said, no matter if some of the stuff is true or not or what have you, it's just interesting all the pot shots that have been taken, especially on Kendrick's side. I mean, it's so bad that he called a man by his government name, Aubrey.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Aubrey.
woo!
The Aerodonis.
Yep.
Woo! And that was produced.
Brought some Degrassi stuff involved too and everything.
Yeah, that was produced by the Alchemist.
Yeah, man.
Little Jimmy in the wheelchair.
Right.
Little Jimmy in the wheelchair. I was looking for the track listings, but yeah, that was Meet the Grams.
Yep, Meet the Grams. Yep.
The Alchemist, and yeah, he wrote a letter to Dude Family.
It's bad when you do that to the kids, though, man.
And you know, Drake had dropped that Family Matters, though. It was, that was a bop. I got the fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck with it. You know, it was boppy. You know, and then the beat changed, and then he had his little bars in there and stuff too. But I felt like he was trying to air everyone out.
Mm-hmm.
He need to focus on the boogie. You need to focus on the Boogieman, because at this rate, I don't think this dude feel like stopping. You give a person when they have time on their hands.
Oh yeah.
Like that idle time is not wasted now. You know what I mean? Like not. The way he's responding, the way he putting shit out, the way he's cooking. You don't want those issues with someone like that.
Oh no, definitely.
Unless you're on the same level of cook.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you in the kitchen, he in the kitchen, then yeah, let's get it. But nah, you can't. This dude dangerous, man. He would drop a song on your ass real quick. And had a whole coast dancing to your diss.
As he is right now.
So beware the Boogieman. We got more further talk on the WFG Fly Nerd Radio. Any last?
No, I'm just interested to see the shakeout for that. But speaking of shaking out, a couple months ago, Katt Williams went on Shannon Sharp, talked a whole lot of stuff, and Netflix gave him a special. And it was boring.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It was below mid.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was sleepy.
Let me tell you. I'm not even. I'm gonna give it the same amount of time I feel it deserves. As I was watching it, I got so disinterested in it that I went back to watching independent news on YouTube.
That's nuts.
Oh wow.
So you went back on your surf.
Yeah, I went back. I went full. Like, so I'm like 30 minutes in. And I'm just like, where's the funny? I was like, so maybe maybe I'm too tuned in. I'll have him on in the background while I skim news.
Okay.
And I just kept listening for the joke. And I was like, I chuckled like at one little thing, but more of an observation that he made, more of kind of like his face on stage, like, he made the funny face. But I'm like, I'm not laughing at the jokes. I'm laughing at your physical mannerism.
Right.
This is not funny. Nothing you're saying is funny.
That's the difference. So, I tried to watch it. I turned it on. Someone had reminded me it was on. I flicked to it real quick because I'm also interested in the live network feature of the live Netflix feature. You know what I mean? They do the live shows. Chris Rock did a live comedy on there as well. And next year, at least WWE Raw's going to be live on Netflix. You know what I mean? For the starter till everything else crossover. So I'm always interested in that. So I'm watching it. I'm like, all right. X is for eyes.
Yeah.
I was out.
It was easy to go back to scrolling.
Yeah.
It was easy.
So I got up, woke up at the end of it, and replayed it again, and went back to sleep. Like I tried twice.
Two knockouts in a row.
I didn't hear. Yeah, that was the wrong knockouts. I didn't hear anything, and dude, all that shit talking. about comedians, and then you do your live.
And it's not funny.
I can't wait to hear what these comedians is going to
say.
They
gonna put him in a roaster.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
They're gonna put him in a roaster.
Cause it's roasting time, your ass. So
see, that's the crazy part, because it's like how you said when Kendrick took his shots they took with Drake. I feel like he took all of them shots during the interview, and then when it came to this, it's just like all that fire, all the energy, and all that, and then some just fizzled.
It's because he wasn't cracking jokes on Shannon's show.
No, I get that. I get that.
Yeah, he was clickbaiting.
Pretty much, clickbaiting and talking shit. That's a different thing.
Right.
But when it comes to like performing your stand up, that's your piece. That's
right, exactly.
That's doing a set on stage. You know what I mean? It's like we have certain jokes, parameters, punches.
Yeah, he wrote that boring stuff.
Yeah.
He wrote that boring
stuff. He wrote
stuff.
all that shit. And you run around the world touring, doing these jokes and stuff like that. It's a method too.
I would look up when the crowd was laughing, trying to see what was the funny, and I'm like, what, did they have a sign on that say "laugh here"?
I think the blind football joke.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that was.
But it wasn't on him because he played the actual clip of the blind football player. Yeah, it was like, all right, dude, you can't just do that. You can't watch that at least chuckle or some shit. So that was cool, but other than that, I couldn't like pinpoint too much. Well, I fell asleep, so
yeah, no, I get 100%. I didn't think it was interesting.
Nah.
So yeah, man. So fuck that.
Basically,
Boogieman bullshit, man. Stop boogieing. Stop doing that bullshit, man. Don't come out here doing all that flabbergast talk. K-Max is right.
But you know what did deliver? Late Night with the Devil.
Yes,
delivered.
Dude,
that man.
Special delivery.
That was a woo man.
You saw it too?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Oh good. So you guys can talk about it. All right.
Yes, get it.
Yeah. What a movie.
Yeah. So
I put my scorecard out in the beginning. Like I looked at everybody, and I was 90% right about who was getting it.
Oh yeah, you were?
I was 90% right. Of course there was the obvious ones, like so those easy A.
Right.
Yeah.
Easy A. For me, I was looking for the third or fourth characters, and I thought for sure Terry was gonna get it. The manager, I thought Terry was gonna get it.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe. I wish there was a little bit more casualties in that movie, like backstage.
You know what? I feel it was played. I get what you're saying, but I feel it was played right because it was overall a personal gripe with the host.
Yeah, right.
It was a personal gripe with the host.
That's when that guy fucked up.
Yeah, it was a personal gripe with the host, and you got to get a devil his due.
Gotta get a devil his due. So get into it. Go ahead, Chauncey. How you feel about this? And we'll kick it off.
Well, when I peeped this and I saw a trailer, I knew it was gonna be hella interesting, hella unique. And like I said before, David Dasmalian, that man can perform his ass off, and he definitely brought it in this. And I'm glad he's Chicago's own, so that's always a bonus. But like, I just love the fact how everything unfolded, even like when you saw small inklings. Like when me and you talked yesterday when we was on our way to the event, talked about how the little girl who was possessed in the movie, even before she was possessed, just certain little mannerisms or looks just creeped you the hell out.
Yeah, she was creepy from the jump.
Yeah. And what made what made it so bad was in a podcast I listened to earlier today, David said that, hey, she's hella sweet, hella professional, and she's a professional. Yeah, she's a professional stage actress from Australia. And he was like, he was even creeped out by some of the manners, just like that right there.
Yeah, that shit.
The smile. It's like
smile and that look. She had a deadpan look into the camera.
Yeah,
and it feel like it's piercing your soul. Like you will be uneasy a little bit. Like, all right, dude, go.
Much like the quote from Stephen King, I could not take my eyes off of it.
Right.
No.
Like 100%. I did not turn away for an instant.
And it made you want to anticipate when this going to happen.
Yeah.
And that's fucked up too, because now you're just like, all right, well, I'm here for it. Yeah, I'm here for the show.
When's it hitting the shits?
Yeah.
When's it hitting the shits? And boy, did it.
Yeah.
Boy, man, poor Christo. Poor Christo, man.
Hey, but
he was an unfortunate casualty.
Yeah, he was.
He wasn't on my initial bingo card.
But that motherfucker talking shit was.
Yeah, he was on my man. You see how when the demon was revealed, he started spouting the old school like, "Oh, God of the sunless sky."
Right.
He found religion real quick. And man, I felt bad for the co-host, the sidekick. Like he was like, "Hey man, we should do this." He got his whole body turned around.
Man,
that's the thing. So when someone's just going for that, if I ever get in that mode, man, just slap the shit out of me. Bad final boss actions, man. Like,
why you? It's like why you in cars fall out. Me tried to summon the devil, man. I just had to beat him up.
Come on, man. Makes sense.
Right, I just had like
I was tripping now.
Like I may not stop him.
Yo, guys,
I may not stop him. Right.
Interview this week. All right. He's an exorcist. All right. You're gonna bring him right to my
Come on, man. Come on, dog.
Don't ever do that.
I'd rather you bring a werewolf.
Right.
Really?
Yep.
Giving my
range list of
There's a ceiling.
I'll keep that in mind. Werewolves. Why werewolves?
Oh, because like you interviewed him in the afternoon, we straight.
Oh yeah, sure.
Now, if you want to have a personal moment with them during the full moon, or you record, I'll happily watch it from the safety of my home.
Yeah.
What if they remember the scent or something?
Oh, see.
Cover your scent up.
Yeah.
All right, so
See, it took him in. He got there. Right. Sometimes you gotta let a person think you through.
All right, so werewolf. Definitely interviewing werewolves.
Scratch that off.
Not vampires after that shit.
Because you got to invite them in. Then it's free reign.
I've seen many vampire movies.
So Late Night with the Devil, if you haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil it on here. I've been talking about this movie since I've seen it, and it's really, really good. I'm glad the comrades finally got a chance to see it. Corey, if you haven't seen it, check it out.
It's a must-watch list.
Yeah, it's really good.
Best of the year for me so far.
Yeah, so far it's definitely yeah.
I'm shocked that you guys said that because I know you guys watch the hardcore shit. This fits in the realm of good horror.
Yes.
It was well paced.
It was very, very original.
Yeah, tone was set really well.
Okay.
The hypnosis scene was brilliant.
Oh yeah.
I kind of looked away on that because I felt weird. It felt weird.
The hypnosis because what it goes into. I don't know how if a lot of people know this, that in America, many years ago, during the Houdini days, spiritualism and contacting the other side was like a big deal. And so...
Was it televised?
No, because television wasn't really big then, but it was like definitely like large performances. Okay. Like theater.
Well, yeah, you said Houdini, so
yeah.
My bad.
Yeah, they would go to theater, but there was like groups of people, much like the guy who was on the show who was trying to disprove it, who would go around to the various mediums and stuff and call out their tricks.
Right.
Like, that's a wire. You did like this and it makes
Yeah.
That was the big, because spiritualism, a lot of people don't know, America was drenched in the occult for quite some time, especially in the 18th and 19th century. Christianity did not have the hold that it has today, and people were a little more wide-ranging.
Occultists and stuff would pop in.
Yeah, and people would bring over beliefs from their native homes, be it Italy, Africa, Poland. They would bring over these things, and because this was, remember, supposed to be a place of religious freedom.
Right.
It was supposed to be. That was the whole concept. You know, too bad it's not free if you're not subscribed to the same brand. That's a whole nother conversation. But this tapped into that feeling because that guy was like, I can show you how this is fake. I can show you how mass hypnosis works. I can show you these things because I love the fact that we as an audience wanted to believe that trick of the eye. We wanted to believe that it came from the girl.
Right.
But it didn't. Like, her reveal was so much wilder. And, like, it was like, oh, yeah, that word. That's nothing now.
What was the other guy? I think you had mentioned the other psychic.
Christo.
Crystal.
Yeah, he was a medium, and being in just the presence drove him mad, and end up.
So that's
him.
what happened to him.
Yeah, he got just being in the presence. He was. It was to show that he was actually real.
Yeah,
like even though he did do the whole
abracadabra.
Yeah, he was really in tune, and because he was like, "There's something angry here. There's something. What's happening? Like there?" And he like, "I have to go." Like he's like, "This thing, I have to leave." Remember, he was starting to throw up the black vial and everything. Yeah. It was that was to show that he was real.
Right.
And that was like the whole thing. He was actually real, even though he did use the trick, the psychological trick. You call out enough names, there's someone here with that. Oh, yeah, rich here, Richard. Right.
You have a grandmother, right? Oh yeah. No, just random questions. Like
It's feeling questions. That's actually there's a book out there that can teach you how to do that.
Absolutely. And actually, when I had a spiritual journey. Oh, we about to get deep. I came across psychics and was intrigued with all of this. Mm-hmm. And there's books about it because, there's actually online psychics too. And they play these little games like, oh, your grandmother, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, fuck out of here. Everyone has a grandmother, you know what I mean? Get to the real, what's her name? You know what I'm saying? Right. What's going on? And you always study this and test this, and then yes, there's but there is the real spiritual motherfucker.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's just a lot of scammers.
And witchery, magic, all that shit, that shit real. That shit real. You practice that and do like little magic spells and all that shit, man. People say that shit works. It's up to you to intrigue in what you believe about it. But
intention is everything.
Intention is everything.
But I highly recommend, if you haven't seen Late Night with the Devil, go check out Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah. And also check out what's coming out soon. Chauncey put me on this trailer of what's called Environment Nature. Now break down the concept of this. Why is this?
So basically, how this came about. As you know, a beloved franchise in the horror community is Friday the 13th. Mm-hmm. Well, currently, Friday the 13th is in developmental hell because you've had numerous offers of like trying to reboot it or trying to make up a requel type thing happening with it, but nobody could bring up anything because of, copyright reasons with Paramount and such. So someone came up with their own rendition of Friday the 13th in a sense. The only difference is they're doing it from a perspective that's rarely been done before. It's from like kind of like that 3/4 third person perspective that you would see in like video games like Resident Evil and such like that. Right. So it's like basically you got a killer running around with his back to the screen and such like that for majority of this movie, I would imagine. And you're getting everything from his perspective in so many ways.
Yeah,
and he's doing all
and not
his
from the victim's perspective.
Right, he's doing all his killings and such like that, and without really seeing his face.
So pretty much it's called the third. It's the third person perspective, right, Corey? Yeah. So we don't get to see his face, but we get to see everything else.
Yep. You get to see him.
I wonder. I'm just interested on how this movie going to play out, because if we are just playing that perspective, are we ever going to see the victims, or are we just following this dude for the whole movie? And if so, that's fucking crazy. It's like a video game, sound like to me. So this looks scary. It looked pretty good. It might be on the list. It might meet up with Late Night with the Devil, man.
I'm definitely interested.
Yeah, I'm very interested.
I'm definitely interested. It falls in my wheelhouse of horror.
Okay, cool.
So I'm definitely interested. I saw the trailer. It's definitely something I'm gonna check out.
Yeah. Right. So check that out. All right, so we talked about mutants and all of that stuff earlier in the show. We were talking about the comic books. But now let's get into the show, man.
It's iconic. Everyone once you hear those chords.
Yeah, it's a wrap. You know what time it is, man.
To me, my X-Men.
To me, my X-Men.
I was very happy with that line, by the way.
You were?
Yeah, I was very happy with it because it's one of those lines you don't even hear it even in the comics anymore.
True.
You don't like it used to be when you would open up an X-Men comic, especially from the early 60s, Professor Xavier would get notice of a threat.
Right.
Do the whole hand to his head. They show the lines come out. To me, my X-Men. Right. And then they all come in their various ways. So I was very happy to see that, especially upon that, like the ship falling apart.
Yeah.
They did the action land. Because everyone got to the ground in their own unique fashion.
Right. That's true.
Then they all landed separately. And then he goes on and he hits the communication thing like, boop, to me, my X-Men. And then they all run up.
Assemble.
They all
Avengers assemble.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. It's like Avengers assemble.
So X-Men 97 is still going. We will do a full review once this show is done. We got 2 more episodes left, but I just want to bring up episode 8. And so far, man, so good. No
spoilers. Like, to them, I've seen it.
Wait, y'all haven't seen it?
I said I've seen it. I'm saying to them, the viewers.
Oh,
just in case the viewers haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Well, shit. By the time this release will be episode 9 probably. So
true.
Check it out if you haven't. But this is really good because I feel like this show highlights each X-Men. Like you had Cyclops on one episode, you had Rogue on this other episode, you had Storm on this episode. Now you had Magneto and stuff. But now you got like Wolverine and you get on the team ups, Wolverine, Nightcrawler getting busy and shit, you know what I mean?
Brother.
That was a scene. That was a scene, dude. That was a scene, bro. And
clapped so hard.
Yeah, man. From where it started.
I had to watch it again. I had to watch it again because I'm like, this is what I've been waiting for.
Right.
Action-wise.
We all thought that Wolverine's going to be sidelined. And you know what my thoughts is like, oh, he ain't never going to use those claws for that.
I mean, he did.
He's going to cut cans and shit. But nah, he went slicing and dicing. With a team-up partner with Kurt Wagner.
I'm glad that they showed because they're tight. They really tight.
Cool.
They really tight.
If you're into comic books, even if you're in the X-Men video game, you would know that these two is not only cool, but a very dope combination. You got him on the swordsman bouncing around, disappearing. And you got Wolverine with your slash, run and slash and shit. You want to clean up the room. I
was really happy to see Nightcrawler now. We kind of got deprived of Nightcrawler for so long. Because even the original show, I was kind of always had a gripe that he was only in 2 episodes.
Same with Colossus. Like I'm waiting for my big Colossus fight.
Yeah, I always loved the Colossus and Nightcrawler, and I was kind of disappointed Nightcrawler never joined the team in the original show. So I was really happy to see Nightcrawler on the squad in action.
That's dope. What about you, Chauncey?
Man, I just love the action sequence of that in particular, but not just with that, but just almost every other episode we gotten a cold action sequence from like just up until now. And I'm just like, like how the Rock be doing his hand like that. I can't wait for these next 2 episodes because Bo DeMaio already said, hey, you thought episode 5 was some junk. These last 3 finna be something else.
Yeah.
And 8 already proved part of that.
I'm ready. The drama behind it is all good too. Yeah. And even with Magneto and what he did, it's not always a good thing.
Oh, no.
It's not a good thing.
No.
Yeah. Oh, he actually killed people. Yeah. He actually killed people.
Yeah, I mean, I like that they went for the...
Because it's electromagnetic pulse. So, you know, what people on life machines and pacemakers...
Airplanes. No, what he did was a war crime. 100%. What he committed was 100% a war crime. And I like the fact that they were brave enough to do the Magneto leadership era, which happened in the comics.
Right.
In that same suit, that's that kind of outfit he had. Yeah. And he was a different headmaster of the school than Charles was. Matter of fact, he was super strict. Yeah. He was super strict on the New Mutants. Like he didn't let them do nothing.
Well, that's the dynamic. That's the dynamic of him and Charles, He run Brotherhood of Evil Mutants the same way, That's just Magneto.
Yeah, but I'm glad they went there.
I'm glad they went
because it's a different type of vibe. It's a more mature X-Men book, which I like, not book show, which I like. It definitely mirrors the themes. It mirrors the tone of the books, even if the stories are out of order.
Right.
But I like the fact that the tone is there. That's what the original run lacked. It was like, you can change the stories, keep the tone.
Keep the tone.
Oh yeah,
keep the tone. They didn't keep the tone to me in the original run. So then, as an X-Men fan at that juncture, I'm like, okay, you're warping the stories. You're not even keeping them as dark as they are. This time around, they're going for it. And I'm like, okay, since you're telling it, keeping it mature, which the X-Men have always kind of been a mature book,
right,
thematically. I mean, even the Avengers book has too, but that would be on X-Men. But X-Men have always had that air of like super drama, super mature drama, complicated relationships, all that stuff. And I like the fact that the show is keeping all of that.
I'm shocked on that because
me too.
Even man, I was watching with my homegirl. She was like, "Dude, this show is not for kids." Like she was just casually watching. Like, hold up, man, what they danced a little bit too close. A little too provocative there, Rogan. What you doing? And you did it in front of Remy, man. What the hell? Right. Don't let me say that word. I won't say it on TV. But you know what I'm about to say, you know. So man, and I'm really shocked on how mature the show is. I'm like, dude, this is crazy. From the violence, from the drama setups and everything, it's really grown up with the audience, so to speak. You know what I mean?
It feels less like a nostalgia cash grab and more like you all really trying to do right by the fans.
So hopefully moving forward, you guys will rehire Bowie, whoever Bo. If y'all really fired him, I don't know if y'all did that.
Like I don't know the terms and conditions around it.
I just want the writing.
The writing to stay the same.
That's all I'm saying. That's the only reason I said that. I just want the writing to stay put because even some say this is the best thing Marvel had put out in a very long time. I have to agree. It's very refreshing and it feel like a breath of fresh air finally. And it should be. It's the fucking X-Men, for Christ's sakes.
Indeed.
Yeah, let's move on. So let's get into it. Sports, wrestling, Chauncey.
Wrestling. Man, so post WrestleMania 40, they had their first premium live event, Backlash in France. Vive la France!
France.
But, so they threw down on that. It was pretty good event for the most part. My favorite matchups. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens versus this newer rendition of the Bloodline consisting of Solo Sikoa and Toma Tonga.
Yeah, I saw those guys.
Then didn't work. Yeah, they got a new member now, Tonga Leoa, who is Toma's younger brother. Oh. So they keep him with that Bloodline theme with the whole Samoan family thing going. Had a nice little triple threat battle with Bayley going against Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. Women always are putting in work. Speaking of the ladies, got new WWE Women Tag Team Champions.
Which is kind of obvious, but I knew it was going to happen.
Right. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, which marks them as the second black women to hold those titles.
Let's get into that. Yeah, let's go. So
first being Bianca Belair and Naomi a couple years back. So now this is kind of
they won together too?
Yeah. So this is like the second time black women have held those titles.
I found that out earlier today. I'm proud of that.
So that's dope. Black champions.
AEW got the first one. What's his name?
Swerve Strickland.
Swerve Strickland.
AEW's first black world heavyweight champion.
I hope he's not missing that market opportunity.
I hope not.
But no, he's had quite the following from the indie days since like his time with Lucha Underground, even his time in NXT, and even his short stint in WWE. He's got quite the following. So for him to pop up and do his really cut loose in AEW to work to this level that he's worked to now, it is very, exciting to see and just waiting to see what he can do with this championship run. Hopefully they don't shortchange him on it.
Yeah, that's
because, some wrestling organizations, WWE, like to shortchange their black wrestlers.
They good for that.
But I think now with this Paul Levesque era, gonna get a little more leeway. And speaking of other black champions, on the NXT side, as a matter of fact, got new black world heavyweight champion Trick Williams.
Oh, really?
Trick and Swerve.
Yep.
Swerving tricks. Swerving tricks. Serving tricks.
And
It practically writes itself. Practically writes itself.
Sounds like a good team.
And I mean, if you follow kind of like the whole journey and story of Trick Williams, you know, him teamed up with Carmelo Hayes from a couple years back. It kind of brings you back to like 90s WWE with like Shawn Michaels and Diesel. Trick was kind of like his version of Diesel, basically. But then as time progressed, you know, they separated them. Trick started to do his own thing, started getting his shine. Carmelo was hating. They had a nice little feud going. Melo is over in SmackDown right now, and Trick is holding it down NXT as the champion.
All right.
Yeah.
Love to see the come up.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. So,
And oh yeah, and two more matchups that happened. You had another one with Damian Priest going against Jey Uso, and Jey Uso, he's getting that crowd traction, you know, the whole yeet thing, whatever like that.
Right.
Priest ended up winning still though, but he still put on a nice little battle.
Isn't Uso like lining up to come after the belt? It's not like it's like his trajectory is like supposed to, like he's like almost
So
next
he's
up.
the next guy.
He's
Yeah, he's like
eventually
next
going
up.
to be the champion because, you know, when the night after WrestleMania, Cody kind of basically, in so many ways, the word passed the torch. Be like, all right, I'm finna go on this other show, but I expect you to see you with some gold around your waist because I see that potential in you. So you the guy right now. So
Yeah, he went
he's
against
like
the
top
family.
face.
He went against the family.
against the
He
bloodline.
never go against the family.
Family on bullshit.
And then speaking of Mr. American Nightmare, he successfully defended his title against the phenomenal AJ Styles. And, you know, if you follow AJ Styles like I have, this man has got like mad traction throughout the years. He wrestled Mexico, Japan, multitude of
Bum fights.
I mean, multitude of other, you know, indie federations in the U.S. So he's got mad traction. And of course, the irony is both him and Cody, during their times in Japan, ran the Bullet Club, which is a big-time faction, which is basically Japan's answer to the NWO.
Right. I heard that.
So, you know, JJ, Cody, even Finn Balor, they've all been leaders of Bullet Club at one time or two.
It's an interesting name.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, Bullet Club.
But yep, Cody won it, so there you have it on that, though.
So, all right, moving forward. I haven't been watching Raw and anything lately, so I haven't seen anything from
Just big events.
big events. Yeah, just big events. Yeah. So we'll fill you in on some more wrestling news once stuff pop up again. You give them a week or two. I ain't really paying attention.
Right.
Unless it's a big event, you know what I mean?
For sure. Well, on the next topic, you guys educated me a little bit this morning, so I went and looked at it. The whole red. So, if anyone who doesn't know, cannabis is going to get reclassified by the DEA.
Okay.
And while there's a catch-22 to it now, especially after hearing Redman's side of things, Big Pharma will definitely be if it's reclassified. Big Pharma will be able to come in and dip into the marijuana market with their already in place machine, which is bad.
Oh, wow.
Which is bad. And so while reclassifying it could help some court cases, help some people get out, it brings Big Pharma in. So with this reclassification, I kind of agree. It's one of those. It's a hard thing to manage because you want people who are in jail for ticky-tack weed offenses to have their sentences either wiped out, lightened, or whatever. Because some of them are stacked upon other serious crimes, and that's
That's
but
different.
that's
right.
different.
But I mean, solely on.
Yeah, but solely on the marijuana, a lot of cases could get overturned, get dropped. People have a better chance maybe shortening their sentences. And so it's a good thing from the standpoint of those who are already serving time in it. It's also slightly good for anyone who may be looking to open up a dispensary because the restrictions will get easier. So early on, it would be probably the perfect time to strike, get you a little investment team together. Like, hey, let's do it now.
Yeah.
Before Big Pharma gets involved. Because I look further.
Your license
Because I look further into it. Even if Big Pharma does come in, they'll have theirs. That does not stop the independent grower.
Oh, really?
That does not put independent growers out. Independent growers have you can't come into, no matter how big you are, you can't come into the industry and like this right now. That'd been like McDonald's. They weren't the first fast food joint. So that'd been like them coming in and say, all right, y'all can't sell here no more.
Hey, yo,
right.
It's my block. You can't stay here no more.
Right. While yes, we would unfortunately see things like Marlboro weed, Newport weed, and those options would be out there and they would be more readily available. It does not stop the independent grower, does not stop the independent person. So then you have to make that choice as a consumer, as an independent grower, as a dispensary owner. Do I get involved with Big Pharma? Because what Big Pharma will probably offer these places is like, hey, we already got the network and we got farms that we can just flip. You can flip a tobacco farm into a marijuana farm like that with their resources.
Yeah.
So chances are Big Pharma will also go into the supply side as far as like having their brands in dispensaries. Then be up to dispensaries to decide if they want to do business with Big Pharma.
All right,
it's bad, but it's like it's a double-edged sword.
It's a double-edged sword, but I see what Redman was.
Oh, 100%. I see what he's talking about.
Joined the United Empowerment Party, and pretty much it's a legit party, and they're standing up for cannabis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the rights for it, and get it declassified, and pretty much just wipe it, like legalize. Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? So, but you gotta go through the steps. You gotta really put your foot on the neck of these politicians. You gotta watch who you vote for. And listen to policies.
And not every state, no matter what, is going to go for it.
And that's true.
And it doesn't matter. And so getting it reclassified on a federal level is great because that's people with federal charges can get their sentences changed. But still, much like the unfortunate situation that we have with abortion right now, it will become state to state.
Wow.
It will go state.
Texas.
It will go, man. Texas, Arizona. I mean, I just heard a horror story this weekend that blew my mind. But it's gonna come down to state level. But it no longer being a federal crime is huge, and that's important.
That is important.
That's important, and it's like I wish there was a way to separate, to break the scheduling down differently, but they're trying to treat it like everything else and not give it too much.
Big Pharma get a hold.
But yeah, Big Pharma is
watered down. It's going to be tampered with. It's going to be chemicalized. It's not going to be just like all that tobacco shit, man. That shit ain't healthy for you, man. So I don't fuck with none of that shit. None of them little processed pills, what they do in their labs and all that shit. I'm good, man. So I don't know. Like you said, it's a very sharp double.
Yes, because I want those people who are getting unfairly oppressed and prosecuted, or getting prosecuted over something so small that it's like, come on, just let them go.
Yeah,
like those cases would get wiped out on a federal level, and that would restore some freedoms and some things to some people.
Yeah.
But once again, it does open the door for Big Pharma. So I wish it was a way to do it and leave Big Pharma out of the equation, but big business is big business, and that's a machine that we can throw monkey wrenches in, but it will eventually grind that wrench through.
Shoot it right back at you.
Right, yeah. Like, haha, I stopped you. Ow, my face. Right. What happened to you? I went up against Big Pharma.
The old monkey wrench back in the hijack.
Yeah, and
in the tailpipe.
Yep. No one wants a banana in the tailpipe.
Are you guys into cannabis? You have any opinions? Well, not you. Not you. I already know.
Oh, you just look this way.
Opinions into this?
So, like, I don't really have no bad issue in regards to the whole cannabis thing. It's like, if it's for your actual health or whatever, do what you do with it. Just don't abuse it too tough. And I mean, for it to like all of a sudden go back to this thing where they're trying to put like a hindrance on it, it's like, okay, what was the point of legalizing in the first place? You're gonna go through all that.
Yeah, it's unfortunately like it's small counties out there that their whole thing, how they support their town is drug offenses.
Yeah, it's true.
There are some towns where the only real steady income is the local sheriff, and so catching someone on a dime bag offense.
So they gotta keep it pumping in the streets.
Yeah, they gotta keep it pumping in the streets.
That's crazy.
It's my stuff.
Yeah, it once, like I said, it's a definite web of that's sticky.
Yeah.
And you can get caught in and you not the spider.
Sticky icky.
Sticky.
Some of that
The
sticky.
stickiest of the icky, baby.
I have a similar sentiment with Sean and Chauncey. I never really been. I'm not involved in the whole cannabis thing. I've never been into it.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been pretty pro just legalize it and lighten the sentences for people for minor offenses.
Right.
That I take issue with.
Okay.
I want it to be less complicated. And I saw Redman video he was talking about this whole party. And I see why he said what he said.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
You know, and if you're gonna listen to someone,
Reggie Noble.
about the cannabis, because you should know.
Yeah,
And I'm glad that he's taking the step politically. It's not a big, hoorah running for office thing, but it's a party, dude, and he's a part of that, and he's standing for something.
Yeah.
Always stand for something, even if you're jumping out of planes, motherfucker.
Right. Right.
Jumping out of planes. Doc's the name.
Redman is my favorite rapper.
Yeah, he is. He's my favorite. By the way, he last year he was dropping freestyles every month before these guys were battling and all this shit. Redman was on the net just dropping them.
Hotness too.
Every other week, man. He was doing good. So shout out to Redman. Love what you're doing. One of my favorite MCs. To that, man. That's real. I know we talk about X-Men, but I want to bring back a question real quick. How do y'all feel about all the cameos that was on X-Men so far?
I like it because it just shows that that the Marvel universe exists.
It's fully included.
Right.
Which was something that the Spider-Man show from that time did do.
Yeah, because he had crossover.
He had Daredevil, Doctor Strange. Then he had his own Secret Wars. He had everybody. He had Wolverine in it.
Yeah. Here's a kicker. The old show did it too. But the funny part, what I heard about it, initially they really wasn't supposed to do it, but the creators threw it in there and they gave the character the cameo like a random number. That's why you see like G.W. Bridge and War Machine and Black Panther and some other random Marvel characters.
You saw Cap in the last season. They did the Captain Wolverine in the War episode.
No, season 5?
Yeah, that was season 5. It was during the last season. The gloves were off in the last season. Actually, in tone, is more like the current.
Oh, really?
They took a lot of risks. I mean, it was still some hunky-dory like stuff because it was still Fox Saturday Morning Kids. So it had Power Rangers was coming on after this. Yeah. So you can't have your lead-in show depressing the kids.
There were a lot of cameos in the first episode of a lot of modern characters like Dusk and Meryl, and there was a whole bunch of them. Like more of a blink if you miss it.
I'm not a Meryl fan. I wish I was.
Meryl was in it, but she got bit up. She got ate up by that fucking senator. So a lot of mutants. A lot of when they hit Genosha, it was a lot of cameos there.
Mm-hmm.
I seen Doom, Katt, Zemo, comic book Zemo, Archangel, Spidey.
You could equal that.
Well, didn't Morph turn into Archangel? Yeah, that was Morph, actually.
No, that was Archangel at Genosha.
On Genosha. Okay. I was thinking about the
Wait, he was in Genosha?
Yeah, he was in Genosha too.
He flew right.
He flew over
like a couple times.
He flew over their head.
Magneto and Rogue was dancing in the sky.
In the first episode, that was Morph changing into Archangel. Yeah.
Now Morph, he changed to everybody. Psylocke, Juggernaut, on down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I liked Mojo and what's her name? Spiral.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's
now I got a question. Speaking of Morph, since when he can start mimicking people's powers?
They did that for the show.
That's what I thought. Okay.
But what they essentially did was to take Morph and Calvin Rankin, aka the Mimic,
smash them together.
The Mimic could actually do. He was supposed to mimic people's powers.
Yeah, Mimic can mimic people's powers. It's like Sync does. It's the same. It's the same concept.
Shout out to Exile.
So I just had that question. I know we were talking about X-Men. I just want to talk about the cameos real quick. I thought that was a point that we missed. And cool. So yeah, I don't know what they're gonna do with the Marvel Universe, but I hope they do the Spider-Man cartoons and let us know. I mean,
who knows? Maybe we might get Spider-Man 97.
There's some talk about them doing like Spider-Man 96 or whatever.
That's cool.
I was very pro for that day one.
Y'all put Doom in there. Like, what y'all
Well, I was like, what?
Oh, going back to the going back. Speaking of Doom, going back to the Blood Hunt.
Okay.
vampires cannot enter Latveria.
Yes! What? This is my greatest. This is Doom, man.
Vampires cannot enter. Like they tried and burned up.
He already got the sisters.
They tried and burned up at the border. He is a spellcaster. Let's not forget. He protected his. Now, granted, anyone who knows magic knows that he's probably it's probably costing him a lot to maintain that actively. To maintain it, but it's Doom.
You'll figure it
It's
out.
Doom, but I thought that was really dope when they were showing the scenes of the invasion. I'm not gonna give too much away, but the Latveria scene was dope because it was two people running and it was across the border. You saw the signs like Latveria here, and they got across and they fell, and you was like, "Oh, you're dead now." The vamps jumped and they burnt up, and you heard, and it pans to Doom on top of a tower like, "Retrieve the refugees. My magics work."
They can find Doom, baby.
But that's huge because I was wondering where they were gonna go for a safe haven in this thing.
Okay.
Because the Avengers' new floating city is done.
Oh,
the vamps done took it. So I was wondering like, okay, where is safe harbor? Because New York ain't it.
Right.
So my first brain was like, it's gotta be fantastic before Reed can make a son in his basement.
Okay, yeah.
Turns out it looks like it's gonna be Latveria this time because the FF off planet.
Let it be, Doom. Well, say the world.
He just helped with Orcus. He did send in the X-Men to help with Orcus.
He did. He did. You know, Doom an ally when the time
well, that's the thing. Doom can't rule the world if it's not here.
Exactly.
Right.
There you go.
So
moving forward, what about the boys?
I saw the new trailer.
Them boys.
I'm excited for it. They didn't even need to have another trailer from me at this juncture.
They didn't, but the things I saw, there was a few things in here that I was like, dude, this shit is crazy. Like there was animals.
Yeah.
Animals with powers.
Yeah, animals with powers. Is this in the comic?
It was hinted, but never really like shown. But it was definitely hinted.
Wow.
So are they like
Because test them. You got to test. You got to test your thing on something, right? You got to test your serum on something. Remember, mice were the original kind of guinea pig, so I wouldn't. And we had the super mouse.
Yeah.
So that it's not surprised. We saw this already.
Yeah.
There was a super mouse in the TV show.
And remember when they went to the lab and the gerbil thing was bouncing around?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so it's not the first time we've seen animals with powers. Ooh, jeez.
Very visceral. Back to his old. The swing of things is taking place after Gen V. So if you paid attention to that, it will be picking up from there. Look like the plot is expanding to. He trying to wipe out these heroes, man. Especially Homelander, punk ass, man. He trying to get his ass up out of here. So, Butcher in the gang, teaming up again. Look like they get a virus or something that they're going to try to infect them with or some shit. I don't know how that's going to work.
Yeah. Got old Jeffrey Dean Morgan helping him out, Negan.
Yeah, now who's his character you think he's playing?
I don't know.
I want to say he's playing like some type of special agent who got intel on some of the soups. Okay. That's what I would figure.
I think he's government too. I'm not familiar with the comic books. I don't know the
He's Bulletproof Chicken, so
Right.
I'm making an album called
I don't want to deal with a speedster chicken.
So that's tough. Oh, that was visceral. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this trailer.
I wonder who that redhead chick is. That's like pro Homelander or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Because she looked like she's gonna be some problems.
Yeah.
You thought Stormfront was problems. I think she's gonna cause some more. I don't know who she is though, but
Stormfront was a problem.
See, look at this shit.
man.
You gotta. Ew, wow. Yeah.
And some Gen X type stuff.
Yeah, they going there.
Yeah, they definitely going there.
So this comes out soon. When?
I think
June 13th.
There you go.
Yep. Same day as Alkalite.
Oh yeah, Acolyte too. So if y'all haven't seen the trailer for that,
I did. I loved it.
I'm with it too. So all right, got some competition. Moving forward, trailer talk. We in the trailer talk. Trailer talk. Transformers 1.
I'm not excited.
I can understand.
I'm not excited.
It belongs on Junkyard.
Despite everything said about it, it can't get any worse than the fourth Michael Bay stuff.
I mean,
I think it can.
I think it's just big. I think it's big screen.
No, I've seen a lot of other versions of Transformers. It can't get any worse.
I just think it's big screen Transformer rescue bots like Nickelodeon show.
That's kind of my gripe with it so far.
I mean, I don't have a problem with them making a Transformers movie for the kids, just not for me, and that's fine. Right. I'm not their audience, and I'm okay with that.
I'm very okay with that.
I'm okay with that.
When I first heard Chris Hemsworth was the voice of quote unquote Optimus Prime, and then they changed it to Orion Pax and stuff, and I seen the actual poster of Orion Pax and all that, I automatically said this kid's movie. It's a kid's movie.
Mm-hmm.
Not my cup of tea. I'm not into seeing this buddy relationship, and no, it sounds crazy, but yeah, it's a cartoon. But yo, that's just how I am. I'm not with it. It look kiddie-ish. It's not for me, and I'm straight on it.
I mean, I appreciate the art because
I love this though.
Yeah, this art is great.
This gives us a chance. So when you do these adult transform, go back to the films. Let's not play around. Let's not play around. Let's get to the hardcore, get to the story, because you got something for the kids already. So we ain't got to focus on the little booby bop bullshit. Let's get to the real deal. We ain't gotta cater to this, because now you got the kids and they'll watch this and they'll enjoy this, and it is what it is.
Well, I got two things about that. One, I like I said, I was underwhelmed in the chat. I'll give it a shot. If people want to skip it, I totally understand. I at least want to see what they do. So I have seen shows that look lighthearted, like you tell a really good story. It really can kind of gritty more than what it looks. That's Cyberverse. Cyberverse, the first season is very bubbly, but like the second, third season is some really cool stuff. Although it has like a Pixar type vibe, but the stories and the characters, and it got no characters die. I was pretty impressed by it. That's why I'm more open to this. Now, if I didn't see Cyberverse, I'll probably have the same vibe that you have.
I don't give a fuck about Cyberverse.
I know, but you haven't seen it. But I know you haven't seen it because
my Transformers.
I know. No, I get it.
Where my realm of Transformers.
I know.
I don't watch the kiddie stuff. I don't watch the side shows. I'm not interested in that, and that's how I feel about this movie. It's a side movie.
No, I get that. No, I totally understand. Like I said, I would have felt that if I never watched Cyberverse. Cyberverse was actually the stuff you like from the original shows and the movies. A lot of that spirit was in that show. That's why I'm open to give this a shot, but I'm still really on the fence. I would like a darker Transformers film, but we got in dark and stuff, and fans didn't like it. So
what's wrong with the Beast Wars?
No. Even that, even amongst fans I've seen in chatter, a lot of fans were very 50-50 on Rise of the Beast, and people really overly complained of a war for Cyberpunk, which I thought was pretty okay despite its problems. But fans were really, really griping really hard about that show. So I hope we get something like that in the near future. I don't know. I hope so. I'll watch it, but we'll see what happens. But even with this being said, how it is, I can't see it being any worse than the Michael Bay stuff.
We'll see.
I heard the exasperation come from Johnson.
I've seen a lot of stuff. Trust me.
The same. How you feel, Charles?
So, I mean, I piggyback on what you said earlier, cause it's like I'm G1 through and through. I've given some of the side stuff a chance here and there. Like, I have no issue with Beast Wars, Beast Machines. When it came to like when they got a little more kiddie, when they started doing like anime renditions of Transformers, like I think it was Robot in Disguise or Armada and stuff like that. That's when I was kind of like, all right, this ain't for me. You know, if they like it, they can have it. This ain't what I love in regards to Transformers.
Right.
And then when it came to live action stuff, yeah, I gave the first movie a try, but then after that, I was kind of like, as each sequel progressed, I was like, no, thank you. And especially, I totally skipped 4 and 5 because I knew it was going to be wasted.
You never seen Transformers 4 or 5?
I refuse about 5.
I knew it was going to be high garbage. I knew it was.
So, I mean, I never talked about part 4.
I think we all knew that anything after 1, which I mean to me 1 was garbage, but I think they were all garbage, to be honest.
I don't know, all of them. That's the best.
My babe got renewed, Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast.
The first Transformers.
I think I like the third. I think my favorite of the 3 is the third one.
1 and
Which
3
one
are
was the third one?
That's when they had their little battle in
Tony
Chicago or
Todd
whatever.
was the voice of the villain.
And Leonard Nimoy did Second Prime.
I like the fight scenes better than that because it didn't look like whirling metal. It didn't look like a metal tornado.
Oh, a metal, sword.
Yeah. The third one got the fights better, so I felt like I was more into the story because the fights were better.
More clearer.
Yes, because the first two was just swirling metal.
So 4 was like the bottom of the barrel got worse.
Which one was 4? Was 4 was the one where they actually
tried
they
to
leave the
introduce
planet?
Dinobots.
Like,
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Look, man, it's bad history. It's like 10 years of bad movies from
Yeah.
performance and shit. So, that's why I feel my way and I'm good. I like Rise of the Beast. I don't really care about the fans either because I like Bumblebee too. And
Bumblebee and Rise of the Beast were decent.
I really had their talks about it. I don't care about that shit because I know what I like, man. And like I say, I'm G1. I like War for Cybertron. I don't know why people complain about that. That was an accurate Transformer game as well. But
the show.
Huh?
The show. The Netflix
the show.
Netflix show.
Show mixed.
The show was
mixed for
kind of
me.
dull.
The show was mixed for me.
Yeah,
I liked it being a new Transformer show, but it was definitely boring in a lot of parts. It was just kind of meh.
It should have been a little bit more high action in there. It was very dull for the most. I understand why people.
Yeah, Ultraman is a better watch.
Yeah. So Transformer 1, whenever that come out, Corey will see it and give you an update on how that go. But right now, we will move forward to the Planet of the Apes trailer.
I mean, it's just
Kingdom of the Planet.
Yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm just interested in it because they've really gone out of their way to craft this, and it's a slow burn craft if you think about it overall. But it's a complete story. Like those movies link really well.
The first one came out way back.
Well, if you're counting the Mark Wahlberg, you go even further back. Because remember, there was
Mark Wahlberg fucking franchises because he fucked up. He was in Transformers too. No one want to talk about.
But I mean, I guess if you go back to the first one for this one, Dave Franco,
skip 4 and 5.
Which you go back to the Dave Franco one, which is the Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. This is a very cohesive story.
So all that connected.
All that leads to this.
Okay.
All of this leads to this.
It's just like the old school Planet of the Apes movie.
Yeah, pretty much what it does is tell the story in reverse in a way. It's like it shows you how we get to the Planet of the Apes. And this would actually be the era or soon after where Charlton Heston's character would crash.
Yeah,
this is the rise of Dr. Zaius. This is the rise of Dr. Zaius.
Dr. Zaius.
This takes place, I think it's 100 years or 300 years from the last movie.
100 years after.
100 years, okay.
100 years
this
after.
take place 100 years
after war.
After war. Yeah.
Because it's to show you the kingdom. It's to show you this is what they've done.
Expanded universe.
Right. And now because humans have regressed, and so this is when you first get humans who can talk again. Because they damn near hunted us to extinction.
Regress and they build nations.
Yeah, well, because we pretty much got wiped out, and we were back to very tribal grunt style. We pretty much got wiped out. This is the beginning of humans. Actually, I think it's more than 100 years. I think maybe 200, because this is pretty much man getting back up to having intelligence.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they got rid of us, all of us, without impunity. There was no race. There was no race consideration. They was like, nah, all y'all gotta go.
Okay, all right. Well, since you guys brought that to light, I will probably
there he is.
Invest more into this.
The last one was pretty good. That's why we're very excited for this one. Like that, trilogy of films have been pretty.
Yeah, War was dope. The scene with the monkey and the M16 is hilarious. They didn't take that dude. They didn't take that monkey serious by any means. They're like, oh look, he's cute. He's got a gun. And he turned around like,
little monkey with a gun.
Right. He doesn't know what that does.
He does now.
Stand on business. So now, Kingdom of the Apes, I will be checking this out, I guess, and we will be giving a full review of that. So before we get up out of here, I'm going to lead the conversation to Corey Green. He's going to talk about
Combo breaker.
The combo breaker coming up.
Combo breaker.
Memorial Day weekend. The big tournament. Get out just now. Get the cups. Stuff like that. Get it out.
Nah, I'm just gonna let you talk first.
Okay. So my competing in combo breaker. Sure, Sean. Yeah.
No, go ahead. I said mine is on.
So what's combo breaker?
It's a big tournament for the country. Players from internationally also come. It's like Evo, but it's here.
So it's a video game tournament.
Large video game tournament for a bunch of games. The big games being Tekken 8, Street Fighter 6, possibly MK1, some of the anime titles, even old school titles like Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Soul Calibur 2. I'm entering Virtua Fighter 5.
Virtua Fighter Synapses Flare. Wow, I haven't thought about that game in forever.
And since you brought that up, you better win that shit, motherfucker, because ain't nobody playing that shit. So you got a full opportunity to win. I haven't heard of Virtua Fighter 5 in years.
Well, I took 17th place last year in the country.
17th
in the country. Okay, that's almost cup worthy.
That's top 20.
Right.
That's the first game I actually made out of pools with it. Okay. I've gotten farther in VF than I have gotten in the street.
So when are you gonna do your best around montage and train? Are you training now? Are you ready?
I'm training in Virtua Fighter. Yes.
You've been playing. You've been doing your thumb exercises.
If you want to call it that, yes.
Why do you have to work in Street Fighter?
Huh?
Why do you have to work in Street Fighter?
Because I got only one major character to play with.
Why?
I'll explain, sir. Because Gal's my best character who's tournament ready. My other characters are not tournament ready.
What other characters? Is Ken and Raul? You don't know how to play with Ken and Raul?
You don't just jump and play with Ken and Raul. You can play any old body. You get your ass kicked. People know that matchup like they back of their hand. No. If you play those characters, you gotta know what you're doing with those characters. I'm proficient in Ken and Raul. You get your ass beat playing somebody even not remotely good with those characters.
Yeah, I can see where fighting with the baseline characters if you're not dope with
this is wild business because you've been playing Street Fighter for over fucking 5
but
years.
That's
You think the first Street Fighter game, you only good at Gal, nigga?
But Gal is tournament ready. The difference between being tournament ready and the kind of character you just play with. People know these matchups like back and forth. Let's say you just okay with Ryu. You play somebody who uses Chun-Li, blow your Ryu up. So you stick with your best character, your main. Even still, my best advice is if you just starting competing or competing in general, to me you always have at least 2 or 3 characters to play with. You don't have just one character to play with. You only have one. Someone knows your matchup, you're toast.
All right, but you just said you have one.
Yeah, but Gal's tournament ready. My other character's not tournament ready yet.
So what makes Guile so much more tournament ready than anybody else?
Because I know matches better with him.
Because you play with him the most.
Play him the most. I know other matches with him with characters than my other secondaries or my third.
Gotcha. Okay.
And my secondaries need work and experience.
So what when you know these things are coming up and you know that Guile is your main, you don't have a backup main, a secondary like a secondary main.
But they're not strong enough to compete in tournaments just yet.
Who is not strong enough? Who's your second person?
Well, not person DJ. Why you give me that look?
I don't know the game.
Why are you putting the headphones on? What is the problem?
You mean to tell me DJ is very tournament ready?
My DJ is not tournament ready. He's a good character, but the way I play he is not tournament. My DJ is not tournament.
So he's saying it's based on his play style.
Because DJ the beast, bro.
DJ the beast, but I'm
watch with DJ easy.
Right.
Easy work.
But I can't get DJ and use somebody that best character's jewelry and take down the jewelry with DJ efficiently. Why give me these crazy hoops like that? Why you be like that? Sir,
I think I got cut from the dagger that just stop throwing that.
I played with jury and I got served by DJ. I seen people serve
but
with
you
DJ and I served as.
But you're not proficient with. You're not a jury player. You're not proficient with jury. Some people proficient with jury because I know you're not proficient with jury.
I'm starting to be.
Not proficient.
I'm J. Cole in it.
I'm J. Cole. I ain't apologizing, nigga. One character.
I got one to
pick someone else. We dancing, nigga. There ain't no gal rule next time we fight. No gal rule, nigga. I ain't scared of that nigga. You motherfucking, that's your only good character? Come on. I'll fuck you up. I'm scared of you.
Okay, bring
And that's what it is. Because you think you could do this local shit. Nah, nigga, we gonna take it to the test. I ain't scared of your ass. No gal. I'll bust your motherfucking head, boy. That's your best, people. I'll bust your motherfucking head, boys. I ain't playing these games with you. I'm tired of this shit. You talking all this shit. Nah, you in these combo breakers, you better win that shit. I'm gonna fuck you up.
Okay.
Straight up. We want cops.
Good luck.
Cops.
Good luck.
Good luck to you, nigga, because we gotta get a cop. We bringing cops. If I have to put my foot in your ass and get cops, we gonna get it.
Bring the jury.
We gonna get it.
Bring the jury.
I bring jury, I bring whoever I want, because you ain't getting down, nigga. I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. I know that game. I know how you play too. I watch your ass when you be playing. Get served up when you not with Cal. Or JP. I know I'll be watching your ass. I'll fuck you up. Let's go. Let's go. This is better than combo breaker, nigga. I'm in the mood, attitude era. The Boogieman is here, nigga. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. For real.
I took out many boogeymen.
And y'all thought Final Boss Rock was something else.
Man, this was wow. Yeah.
So don't get mad. Like some other characters, don't know about.
How bad is the stab wound? Because I'm close.
Man,
The only difference between
We stop throwing blades.
It's all good. I said what I had to say. He can say what he had to say. It is what it is.
I was next to
just
ground
want you
zero.
to do the best. And I know you play with Gal. You got to step out that box of comfort and get your ass into the head of the games and do that shit for real. Because I know you cold. Your whole squad is dope. All y'all motherfuckers is dope. Y'all need to win the cups. Stop wasting the time and win the cups.
Win the cups.
Now, Virtual Fighter 5, that's not my game. So
Yeah, I don't know. I
handle
don't.
your business.
Yeah. I can't talk. I can't talk on that. But I want to see this now, though. I'm.
Because I want him to chop it out. I want to mix it up, man. I want to mix it up. It's friendly competition. I ain't nothing personal. You know what I mean? I just want to play. I want you to be the best player.
I got amped. I want to play.
I want to be, because when I play with niggas like him, I get better and all that stuff too.
Yeah.
So it's all a
Steel sharpens steel.
You have to.
It's all a hand.
You have to lose.
Because that's what these other gamers do. They go to the other top 2s and top 5s. They camp out with them.
Oh, yeah.
And do the pros and cons of the whole game. That you're
break it all
Now,
down.
that reminds me. Your boy Min RD won Evo Japan.
Right, see? Yeah.
Yeah.
And I follow him. He's a good kid.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. So, Combo Breaker, when is that taking there?
Memorial Day weekend.
Memorial Day.
I'll be there. My son is participating at Soul Calibur 2 tournament.
See, I knew it. So, all right. Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah,
See you
yeah.
at Combo Breaker.
You're a combo breaker.
So now I'm going to try to check it out. It's going to be fun.
I'm trying to convince someone I know who makes jackets to make me an old school 80s bomber jacket with my son's name on the back.
That's dope.
I'm trying to see if I can get them to do it on as a low cost favor.
Now, speaking of champions, I found out a few days ago, the Cup champion, the guy from Thailand, he was hungry. He only came here with $300 to his name from his home country.
So we saying we got to throw you out on the street where your own video game.
That's what I'm yelling at you. You let this motherfucker come out here with $200 in his pocket. You sitting here just chilling, eating noodles and shit.
He was hungry.
You beat his ass, bro.
He was hungry.
Fuck
Obviously.
out of here. This is a victory story. All these people sitting here all this time.
He dedicated a lot. He from his home country, he had to get sponsored.
So he had a lot to lose, but he put his energy into a video game and won and beat all y'all. So
And then went home and got an apartment.
Went back to his home country.
my home got an apartment. There are real problems. Anyway, look, man, just do your best. Just do your
That
best.
is my plan.
Do your best. This podcast. So anyway, man, what else you gotta talk about? There's
Is there anything after that? That was
that was a lot, right? We should wrap it up. Few hot toy. Well, I talk about my toys. Shockwave and what else is coming out soon?
Grimlock.
Grimlock.
The Marvel comic book version of Shockwave and Grimlock.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have a comic book color scheme.
Oh, so that Shockwave purple is gonna be rich.
Yeah.
Because that was because they made his purple really like
Royale.
royal purple, yeah.
And they both come with a ton of accessories. The Grimlock comes with 5 swords and the crown from the comic book from the Marvel comic.
Nice.
Yes, bro.
Meet Grimlock King.
And they're doing the movie Springer, correct?
Springer's getting a movie?
The
86.
It's 86 series.
And 86 Bumblebee too.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Steel Jaw finally.
Yeah.
So all that's happening.
Are all the Blasters tapes out? All of his tapes?
Nah.
Nope.
So Steel Jaw's just the latest in
I'm still waiting on Rambo.
Yeah.
They didn't do Ramhorn?
Not in the past 10 years.
Because with Blaster, it was the reverse. The animals were more popular than the guy.
That I had. They just re-released Blaster, and they could have just had
All
the
the
tapes
tapes,
set there for a whole set, and people would have bought it. Hear people asking for it. No, they.
That's even a Transformer I would buy.
In 10 years, like,
I want
come
Blaster.
on, man. Get with the program. That's why I hate fucking Hasbro. So anyway, I got these YOLO Park model Transformers. That's really dope.
That is nice.
They did a lot of things for the Rise of the Beast Transformers.
See,
this is the Bumblebee right here. And all the other colors is model, so I painted some of this stuff too. So all the extra additional colors is
What part did you paint?
well, all of this back here. Every red, blue color that you see on here is from me.
Oh, nice. You custom.
Yeah,
Nice.
customs. And then this is a Megatron that's a YOLO Park too. So these are not transformable, but man, these are just like
The sculpts on them are
yeah,
amazing.
the sculpts are crazy.
Yeah, these are crazy,
Sculpts are crazy.
crazy hyper detailed.
So
Oh, you did an excellent job on that red and blue, fam.
Thank
Like,
you.
for real. Like, you got in there. You just had a little...
yeah, I had a little brush. Well, everything was pull apart, so you know I kind of like brush
but
everything.
you had a little monocle.
Yeah, the little.
Yeah, your monocle.
yeah. Get the little.
Hey, this is Sky Blue. Dip and dab, dip and dab, dip and dab.
Detail goes a long way.
Yeah.
You have to be careful when you're dipping and dabbing.
Dipping and dabbing. So yeah, that's what it is. Sometimes Hasbro pisses me off, and I get these little things. So this is really dope.
Yeah, I like that. Honestly, I like that a lot.
I really fuck with that. So yeah. That's it, man. We had a great episode. Thank you, everybody who showed up.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, everybody who tuned in.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody tuning in WFNG. Fly
Thank
Nerd
you.
Radio. Thank you to the Boogieman for giving us content for the week.
Stormtrooper. Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Don't fuck it.
That was a funny gag. I'm sorry. That was a funny gag. I did not see that direction coming when he was saying Stormtrooper.
Yeah, that shit is hilarious. Robot Chicken, man. So anyway, I'm Heelface Galactus.
Sean Moon.
Transformers Prime.
Corey Green.
We are the Fly Nerd Group, and we are tuning out. Thank you for tuning in. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
What you see is what you get.
WFNG.
Fly nerds. You see it and say it. Yeah, you see black excellence and intelligence we now combine. Fly nerds on the verge of connecting the minds. North, south, east, west over digital lines. Catalogs of the culture inside. Seen it with our own eyes. We done been through the trends and phases. The names and the legacy, the changing faces. We can't talk shop, only dealing the truth. You tuning in to the Fly Nerd Group, so let the peoples in. Yeah.
WFNG.
FNG.
Fly Nerd Radio.
Yeah, so let the people in.
WFNG. Fly Nerd Radio.